Building Together Hartford.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Wesley Financial.
Save money on elevated airline fares and fees by getting their loyalty credit card.
If you're loyal to a particular airline, it often makes sense to get their credit card.
Bankrate's Ted Rossman says you don't have to be a road warrior to save money. That annual credit card fee includes perks like free checked bags.
Recoup that fee in one fell swoop. I mean, a lot of these checked bag fees are now $50 a pop.
I'm Rob Hart.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Get up to $1,500 off your spring project with DeGiorgi. For over 93 years, DeGiorgi has been Connecticut's trusted partner for all things home improvement. Right now, take advantage of the Zero Worry Sale. 0 money down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2028. Go to DeGiorgiInc.com now to get the DeGiorgi Advantage.
Our family serving your family. DeGiorgi.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. I've had the privilege of seeing miracles, broken families rebuilt, every crash, every workplace injury, every medical mistake. Fighting back can work. We've gone toe-to-toe with insurance giants, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion recovered. Size matters. Reputation matters. Results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Take advantage of our Mother's Day sale, which starts now. It's our best deal of the year. Save up to 60% off. Visit legacybox.com/radio and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/radio for 60% off. legacybox.com/radio.
Hey, shh. Calm down. The show is about to start. Reese on the radio. Turn it up. Turn it up low. Turn it up loud.
It's like a dream come true.
Turn on your radio. Reese is on the radio.
Yo, let's get it.
Due to the nature of this program, discretion does not exist. It's Reese on the radio. Right now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Yeah! I need to give a guttural. Yeah! What's going on, all you scallywags, nutmeggers, and you exhibitionist weirdos? What's going on? It's Reese on the radio on WTIC News Talk 1080. Don't worry, haters, I ain't forget you. My lovely wife is here, Miss Rozan on the radio, or Mrs. Rozan on the radio. How are you, dear?
I'm well, sir. How are you?
I am fantastic. You look absolutely cute over there with the straightened hair.
Thank you.
I'm thinking about doing the same thing to my beard. It's kind of
I keep telling you they make these little mini flat irons you could buy for your beard.
Yeah, maybe I should do that, but I'm concerned of what I look like. My ex-wife said the other day, she says, when are you going to cut that beard?
Never. Your wife won't let you.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm in charge of your face now. It's my face. I bought it and paid for it.
What? Okay. Without a doubt. We got plenty of news and plenty of views to get into today. Rozan and I are going to get into a conversation. I haven't set her up on this at all, other than to tell her what the subject matter was. And it was something really weird that I'm noticing in conversations online and in the news media. But as it relates to Mike Vrabel, the coach of the New England Patriots.
Oh, yeah, the kissing guy.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about that today because I'm noticing something, but I'm trying to see if I'm looking at it differently or I may be reading too much into it. I will get into that in due course, very soon, in fact, maybe within the next half hour. We got a couple of guests today on the program. Let me go through a couple of the names here. For starters, we've got, why am I already forgetting his name? And, I've already forgotten it. And
Imbus.
Is it Bruce?
No, Brian.
Brian Impus. That's right. Brian Impus. The mentalist.
Why don't you go back and try again?
Brian Imbus.
There we go.
Who is the mentalist we saw
right
at the Mark Twain House, will be here live. I'm going to see if he can do some.
Oh my gosh, I was going to ask him the same thing.
Yeah, I was going to see if we could get him to read your looks. I'm going to ask you a series of questions so you can see if you're lying or telling the truth. We will use him as a human lie detector.
Right. Well, I was going to see if he could guess the name of the first person I kissed like he did at the show.
Yeah, no, I don't want to know the first person you kissed.
I'll tell you.
No, I don't want to know. So thank you. Anyway, we'll talk to him about that. We have another guest that will be here today, and I just grabbed her information, so forgive me if I am...
Her name is Jennifer Artisani, and she runs Rosie's House.
Yes.
Which is the Rosie's Detail House, which is for... domestic violence survivors and children. So it's a family sort of place, which is, it's very good for
victims,
survivors.
Yeah, survivors. So she'll be here. We'll talk to her, so she can tell you how you can help out her organization. Right. And it's not just money. There are other things that you could do of service. So we'll get her here on the program as well to tell her story about her organization and share that with you. We will, of course, talk about the Southern Poverty Law Center because that story is got legs and it's going to be with us for a little while for obvious reasons. And more importantly, I want to talk about Saul Alinsky as it relates to Connecticut. If you read my Substack, which you can find on ReeseOnTheRadio.com or just go to Reese on the Radio at Substack, writing about Connecticut can come back. And my argument here is that what the legislature is doing, the supermajority is doing to people in Connecticut, will start to affect the people who voted for these people who are doing it to them. And there are wide examples of people who have come out of the abyss because of what they voted for. So they voted out of animus for the opposition party, be it MAGA, be it Republicans, be it Trump. What they got for their vote in trying of being defiant, they ended up recalling the person that they elected in the first place. Why? Because their progressive policies in the real world caused real damage. And I want to give a couple of examples of that today as to why I know, and I said this over and over again, and by the way, I have legitimate proof that I'm right here, that there are Democrats in this state who are not satisfied with the status quo, especially the governor, Lamont. It was just last year, folks. He was voted the fourth most popular governor in the country with a 63% approval rating. Where that approval sits today is nothing short of astonishing. So I want to lay all of that out. And again, as I always do on this show, and it was the reason why a lot of you always tell me you like it, is I methodically go down the list of reasons. I use history as our guide to paint the picture as to why things are the way that they are. I'm trying to show you proof through evidence that when I say this stuff is going to happen, it happens. I don't like to get it wrong, which is why I do it this way.
You're a mentalist.
Sorry?
You're a political mentalist.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
You're welcome.
I do like it.
We're going to make that a new promo. Hey, Roll, I need you to get on that, all right?
Well, anyway, We'll talk about that. I've got examples here from San Francisco, Alameda County, California. Weirdly enough, a lot of stuff is in California. Minneapolis, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, Loudoun County, Virginia, where you and I met. Well, not Loudoun County.
Isn't that the same county that had the books in the school?
They had worse than that. They had a rape inside the school and then another rape in another school in Loudoun County. And all of that was a referendum on how they changed the politics, and it's how Glenn Youngkin became the governor.
That is one of the wealthiest counties in Northern Virginia. That's where all
no,
DC
honey, it's one of the wealthiest counties in the country.
Wow.
Loudoun County.
Wow.
And these are all examples of that. But I'll lay all of that out in a second. Let's get to this Southern Poverty Law Center thing, because when you think that there's nothing else that you can say about this scandal, and for those of you who haven't heard, what we found out is that this age-old civil rights organization has been funneling money to the organizations they claim that they are fighting and using them to stoke racism that they can then benefit from. They can fundraise from. They can fill their endowment. And they started off in 2017 at an endowment of a little more than $300 million. It sits today at above $800 million, to which some 20 to 25% of it sits in the Cayman Islands. They continue to fundraise in this way, and many of its leadership are African Americans. And to find out that this old civil rights organization, far more powerful than that of the NAACP, the Urban League, the United Negro Fund, Al Sharpton, and Ben Crump combined, the fact that these people would be stoking racism by funneling money, by laundering money into clan groups, says a lot about where we are in this country. Not only that, the fact that these folks are the individuals who were embedded into the Biden DOJ and were used as sort of the point person towards the violent extremist crackdown that Joe Biden, Christopher Wray, and others were talking about on Senate floors and in oversight committees as well. Now, here's the angle no one is talking about. And you are seeing it. The day the indictment came out and the day after, the response to the indictment was limited by the left. And then 48 hours later, fever pitched. Everybody is like, this is wrong. This is political retribution. They didn't do anything wrong. They were paying informants. That's all they were doing. Totally ignoring the fact that this is nothing to do with the Trump administration. This started under the Biden administration, and it was instigated by the banks, not by the Trump administration. They know it, and they can't avoid it. They can spin it all they want, but they can't. But here's the point that I want you to understand. Folks, listen closely. The indictment of the Southern Poverty Law Center should say to all of us, whoa, everything that we were led to believe after 2017 and the years after that were false. Holy crap. We may have racism in the country, but not at the level that the Biden administration was talking about, because these people duped us. Thank you, Justice Department. Thank you, banks that figured it out. Thank you for revealing this. I knew it wasn't like this. No. Here's the response. The response is, but no, this doesn't mean that racism isn't real. It's the frantic defense of a racist nation. Think about that. There are people who are fighting for the country to be more racist than it actually is. Why would somebody exhaust themselves to make that point after what was revealed? It would be, imagine you had found out, Rozan, that the medication they had been giving your grandmother did not solve her ailment at all. And you had discovered that it was unnecessary for her to take said medication. And once she was off it, she felt better. She was more vibrant. She even looked younger. She was up and at 'em. You would be angry at the fact that the hospital or the doctors misdiagnosed her and put her on that medication. But would you be fighting for her to be further infected? Would you fight for her to further have said disease? Would you be doing it?
No, in fact, I would be probably suing the doctors and the hospital for negligence, malpractice, malfeasance. I mean, all of it. Whatever
But you wouldn't
I could.
You wouldn't be rooting for the disease,
No,
right?
Excuse me. Can you make my grandma sicker? Like, I am her biggest, heir.
Right.
So.
Our lives have been dependent on her sickness. We
Right.
developed a schedule around her sickness.
Called Munchausen.
There you go. Munchausen by proxy. That's exactly what it would be.
Yeah.
So here you have these people. I was watching the five. We watched them in the last 2 days. Jessica Tarlov was on, and she's screaming at the top of her lungs to Greg Gutfeld and to Jesse Waters while he is saying, oh my goodness, we love each other. She's shouting that down.
Lost her friggin' mind.
Why? What? She was screaming at him. Jesse's over here saying that we all love each other. She didn't even want that.
She did not want to. And it's almost like the idea of being loved by someone who opposes you on something as, I hate to use it as inconsequential, but in the grand scope of relationship, right? To be so opposed to being loved by someone whose political ideology is different than yours.
Indeed.
Brings you to a rage.
Exactly.
That is a mental illness. That has to be, because you and I got together, we did not agree at all politically on anything. Maybe the Second Amendment, because I was pro Second Amendment, but I mean, we did not agree, and you couldn't tell me that I couldn't love you or you couldn't love me just because you were a devout Republican and I was a demented Democrat. I know it. I can say it now.
That's okay.
But it's ridiculous. And by the way, I came up with another name for the SPLC. It's the Socialist Party Lie Center. So that's what we're going to call it from now on. Because if you look at, well, I don't want to go too far into it, but they are aligned very closely with socialist policies, which socialism is baby communism, which is ultimately the goal is to institute communism, and apparently Islam to destroy the United States. So Islam and the Socialist Party are working together to take down America. The sad thing is that black people don't realize that Islam hates them too.
Yes, I have to find this Rich Lowry article that explains it.
You don't even got to talk about Rich Lowry. The reason why Jefferson went against the Barbary Pirates was partially because of their abuses of Africans and their transporting them to the colonies. Well, they weren't the colonies then, but to Panama and different places down in Central and South America, the Caribbean islands. And just their violence in attacking America, it was a whole
policy that continues today.
To this day, the Muslims are still the Barbary pirates have different names, but they are still the biggest proponents of kidnapping Africans. If you go to Israel, or what do they call it over there, Palestine? That's the side. If you go to Palestine, the black Muslims have their own section. That is only for them, and that word that I don't know, I don't speak Muslim or whatever they speak. The name of the black quarter literally means slave. The word translates to slave.
That's right. That is 100% right.
But hey, all the gays and the trannies and the blacks, go be freaking pro Palestine. That's how that works out for you.
But back to the original thought here, and thank you for that. No, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. But back to the original point here about the Southern Poverty Law Center. And again, this is much bigger than that, is that people do not want the Southern Poverty Law Center to be the thing that destroys the grievance industry as it pertains to race. That's what this is dismantling for them. And remember what I told you, like when this first started, not a peep out of leftists, with the exception, of course, the good folks of MSBET. We be got the news.
We be having the news.
That's Simone Sanders and Michael Steele. They were, they're the black correspondents over at MS Now. We call it MSBET. They were the only ones who seemed to be had an early outrage for this report. But again, Michael Steele failing to realize that you're sort of on the side of the group that was secretly funneling money to the Klan, right? Like those people who got $270,000 still hate your black ass. Just so you understand that.
Thanks for your black money.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the black money.
Now, can you please leave my back stooped?
Exactly.
The help is on the way. You blocking the doorway.
That's the bottom line. So Michael still, and again, it shows you exactly how complicit. I'm going to say this before we take a break. I said this a long time ago. I said it right here on this program, and I said it to people like Donald. I said it to people like what's his name? Bob J. I said it to every so-called black civil rightsers who ever called this show. I said it every time.
Even though they called you the N-word.
We know who the house Negroes are. We know who the sellout Negroes are. We know where you align yourselves with the party of slavery and Jim Crow. Now you align yourself with the party that pays the KKK to terrorize you. You're fooling nobody. And the whole time, 30 years now, I was right. And it feels so good. Damn. We'll be back. Stand by. More news, more views when we return. It's Reese on the Radio.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. There's a lot happening in Washington and in your local neighborhood. Follow WTIC News Talk 1080 on the Odyssey app to keep up with the latest. Follow WTIC News Talk 1080. Don't miss out on important updates in Connecticut, from breaking need to know news, weather alerts, and more. Follow WTIC News Talk 1080 on the Odyssey app now.
Ned Lamont and the Hartford Clowns have a problem telling the truth. Here's Ned.
And we're trying to make life a little less expensive for working families in the middle class.
Talk is cheap, Ned, but you know what's not? Our electric bills. Aaron Stewart is the no BS candidate for governor. Aaron knows that 1, Connecticut exports a third of the energy we generate, while we pay the highest prices in New England. That's BS. 2, the Hartford Clowns put a hidden tax on your bill, the public benefits charge. Complete BS. And 3, Ned wants electric leaf blowers instead of gas, so he's importing hydropower from Canada. Really? Canada? Total BS.
And we're trying to make life a little less expensive.
I'm Aaron Stewart. I'm running for governor because it's time for something different, like cutting the BS. Only Hartford would ship out the energy we make and ship in expensive Canadian energy. Join me at Aaron4CT.com. I approve this message.
Paid for by Aaron for Connecticut, Valerie Marino, Treasurer.
And now, a WTIC News Update.
2:30 Hartford temperature 61 degrees. Good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. Bob Coxon with the forecast details coming up. New Haven police are charging a man with intentionally driving into a crowd earlier this month. 19-year-old Braden Chase is charged. Police say a fight erupted at a Crown Street night spot back on April 19th. A little while later, police say Chance allegedly struck a car and a woman. He turned himself in on Thursday to face a number of charges. Crews continue to try and patch a water main break on Waterbury Road in the town of Thomaston. There's no word on any loss of water in that area, although some residents may have to deal with some discoloration in that water. And officials say if you run it for a little while, it should be clear. They're not expecting anyone to lose any water service. State leaders, including Governor Lamont, meeting this afternoon with Rozan. He's the teen that ICE detained earlier this month, now returning to Cheshire High School. Rozan and his family received legal asylum in the U.S. over fears the Taliban would kill them after their father, Zia, had provided assistance to U.S. forces during the war there. Zia was also detained last year and later released. In Ansonia, An investigation is underway after 39 dogs, 2 ferrets, and 3 children were pulled from a home on Schumacher Drive on Thursday, all part of an investigation into possible animal cruelty and unsanitary living conditions. State police working an investigation in the town of Chaplin. They've been at South Bedlam Road, although they haven't said what they're investigating as yet. And President Trump is sending his envoys, Steve Witkoff and son-in-law Jared Kushner, back to Pakistan to meet with Iran's foreign minister as officials push to try and revive the ceasefire talks. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said on Fox News that the two will meet with the foreign minister on Saturday in Islamabad. WTIC News Time 2:32. Here's Bob with the forecast.
Sunshine out there this afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s, a bit below the average high of 65. A north wind averaging about 10 miles per hour or so. And sunset this evening occurs at 7:42. Tonight it's partly cloudy to mostly clear. Lows in the 30s to around 40. Clouds will increase and thicken Saturday. There could be a bit of sun early in the day, at least in parts of the state. And then some showers will try to get into the southwestern quadrant of Connecticut by tomorrow afternoon. We'll probably stay dry from Hartford east, and temperatures will be mostly in the 50s. There could be some places that stay in the upper 40s, though, especially where those showers occur. Saturday night, showers continue to the south and west, with the chance for showers from Hartford north and east, the low near 40. And we may still have some lingering showers in parts of the state into a portion of Sunday. It will attempt to become partly sunny, though. Highs in the 50s to around 60, and it looks partly to mostly sunny for Monday with highs in the low 60s. I'm meteorologist Bob Cox in the WTIC Weather Center.
60 degrees, sunny skies right now in Hartford. The Dow's down 134 points. The Nasdaq's up 365, about 1.5%. And the S&P is up 50 points. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Make your money work harder for your future. Catch Johnson Brunetti's Money Wisdom tomorrow morning at 8:30 for essential retirement tips. Only on WTIC News Talk 1080.
When my wife and I got married after both graduating law school, we didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. Ultima had to give me her gas card just to drive home. We never could have imagined that one day we would have the largest injury firm in the world and $25 billion in money collected and counting. As good Catholics, we had 4 children fast. They all work in the firm today. Our family protecting yours. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. But our greatest gift was years away, grandchildren. Today we have 6 and counting. It's the greatest joy that we have ever experienced. I think about them all day long. Our family promises to protect your family should you need us. Call us. It's easy. Visit forthepeople.com and make sure you hug your grandchildren. God's final gift to us. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Dial pound law. Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Northeast Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combination therapies that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and to the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956 or go to northeastmenshealth.com. That's northeastmenshealth.com. Northeast Men's Health, advanced medical science to empower male performance.
Everything you knew about reaching customers online is being rewritten. Time to rethink your approach. Outcomes from Viant finds real customers, not impressions, not clicks, customers. Our AI maximizes every dollar of your budget against the outcomes that matter most and proves it happened. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trash and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying junk houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 203-896-4000. That's 203-896-4000. 203-896-4000.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
Fan of WTIC? Then do us a favor. Download the free Odyssey app and favorite WTIC.
All right, we're back. Reese on the radio, Rozan on the radio. We are here hanging out. I want to say hello to Lori, Jeff, Michael B is in the house. Michael B, you better invite me into the new home.
I want to say hi to Marceline.
Marceline is in the house.
And all of our friends over at Stadium 15. Hey.
Exactly. Music design. And John Beckman all the way out in Nevada.
Hey, Beckman.
Yeah, that's what we call him, Beckman. So we were talking about this whole deal with the SPLC, or as you like to call them, the Socialist what?
Socialist Party Lie Center.
And all of this money that they have and the way in which they've been using it has been interesting. I want to find this piece, this audio piece from, and I want to make sure that I saved it so I can play the audio. Let me go to my bookmarks here. Yes, here it is. This was from 2017. Again, I want to say just after the events of Charlottesville, that there were already reports about the Southern Poverty Law Center that were giving people pause about the money they had. And this was Greg Gutfeld on The Five doing a monologue about them.
So this is funny. You ever heard of the Southern Poverty Law Center? They're a hard left outfit that loves to label people as extremists. Their ever-growing list seems to defame everyone. Ben Carson, he's an extremist. Rand Paul. They called Maajid Nawaz an anti-Muslim extremist. And get this, he's a moderate Muslim battling religious extremism. It makes no sense. There's Ursi Ali, a black feminist who protests against genital mutilation. SPLC placed her name in a guide to anti-Muslim extremists. So that's extreme, being against genital mutilation? I wonder what they'd make of Gandhi. But that's not the funny part. It's the money. This poverty center has loads of it, a $320 million endowment, and chucks almost 20% of it into offshore equities, Cayman Islands stuff. I don't understand it. So this poverty group sits on a pile of offshore dough. That's like a personal trainer with a gut or a priest with a harem. The center paid out $20 million in salaries in 2015, but provided just $61 grand in legal assistance.
That's the part that gets me.
So the Southern Poverty Law Center appears to have no poverty and do virtually no law. It's the most misleading name since the Democratic Party. Yeah.
That was actually pretty good. So they've always had their issues, and they've all known about it, but no one ever denounced them, even with the funny money. No one denounced them when the leader of the group was ousted in 2019 for sexual harassment and racial claims. Right? One of the founders. No one said a word, but the government still continued to do work with them. In fact, Kash Patel severed ties with the federal government and the SPLC in 2025, just last year. Why? Because they were embedded in the Biden administration. And inside the Biden administration, what did we hear them talk about was the biggest threat to our democracy, our country, white supremacy.
White people.
All of that was done at the behest of the Southern Poverty Law Center. They were embedded in the government. They were given the power, which again, remember, a civil rights organization was there to check power and to check these organizations. The objective is always to get to the levels of power. So here's what the SPLC did. It got inside the government and then it monetized itself through racism. They know it, the left knows it, and that's the reason why they're losing their collective-ish, is because it destroys everything. It's another lie completely dispelled. And as Jesse laid out, yesterday, everything was a lie. COVID, lie. We funded the lab. Oh my goodness, really? The mask, lie. 6 feet, lie. It doesn't cause myocarditis. It does cause myocarditis. Oh, it will not affect a woman's menstrual cycle. Oh, it does affect a woman's menstrual cycle. It's always lies. It's lies all the time.
Can I just say it's interesting that aside from the myocarditis, the male impact was very low?
Yeah, that's true. It was, yes.
Like, nobody's walking around giving drugs to men that's going to make your wiener stop working.
That's so true. But I would have...
These are the same party that are okay with you killing your baby.
This is right. This is, again, what is one of the big things?
Men should be allowed to procreate, and women should never actually procreate.
It's very, very insane that you say it that way.
No, now I'm mad. I'm really friggin' mad.
You should be, because it's true.
I'm still a feminist at heart, right? And I want to protect women's rights. I want to protect my ability or my grandchildren's
you're the wrong kind of feminist,
ability.
though, Rozan. You see, you want to protect the right for women to be able to have children.
We still disagree on that a little bit.
Okay, maybe.
I don't think it's any of my business to tell a woman what she can or cannot do with her body. Do I think it's right? No. Would I ever have an abortion myself? Mostly because I'm too old to procreate. But no, I wouldn't. And what I will do for Roseanne's body is between Rozan and God and you last. No offense, but... it would be that's my decision. It's not my decision to tell other women what they can or can't do with their bodies, right?
Okay, but we're getting off the beaten path.
Right. Sorry.
But anyway, my point was, these organizations, every one of them, every time we open them up, it all turns out to be a fraud. They tell us that a kid was lynched in Mississippi. Remember that story? Turned out the kid killed himself. You remember the young man who, the LGBTQ user, I can't remember the guy, that Matthew Shepard.
Yeah.
The Matthew Shepard case. Everybody told us that was a lynching. That was an anti-LGBTQ lynching. Turns out untrue. These are the stories, and why. All of these things are made or faked to push an agenda. The worst part is that the so-called curious media lost its curiosity. Its investigative journalism has now removed the word investigative. Now it's just repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat, or whatever the case is. Wash, rinse, repeat. But that's what it is. The narrative is the most important thing. I will get into this in so many more depths when we get back, because I have this audio to play in a second. But the Southern Poverty Law Center, what it does, especially in what I believe is sort of the ritualistic nature of the Democrat Party, is to push and promote and to breathe life into racism and this racial idea of America. And the Southern Poverty Law Center, one of the oldest civil rights movements and the most wealthy civil rights movements, the one with the most power, this one really hurts their cause. Because if we don't believe in the racism that they promoted, they make nothing. Because what is it about? Why do people lie? Somebody asked me, I think it was Cat Williams, who said, we don't know why liars lie. Yes, we do. Because there is a benefit. It doesn't matter if it's monetary. It can be moral. It can be political. Liars lie for gain. It always is. It's the same old story. What were you trying to get to, Rozan? Because it looks like you were notioning me.
Yeah, I was just going to say on the whole rinse, wash, repeat, rinse, repeat, whatever. They're not even doing that. It's just here, read this.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not everybody. And you remember that meme where it was like 500 different journalists across the nation, and they're all saying the exact same thing.
That's right.
They're not actually doing. There's no journalism involved. Somebody sends them a blurb and says, "Here, everybody say this."
Yep, exactly right. Let me go to Kevin. He's in Windsor real quick. Thanks for holding, Kevin. What's up? Oh, there you
Hey,
go.
Reese, I wanted to talk about that loving those who disagree with your stances.
Yes.
I know it's a little off topic. So back in November, old 30-year friendship of mine, we have different views. I'm conservative. She's Democrat. And she follows in the same fellowship that you and I do.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I met this fabulous couple tonight. He's kind of pompous, but she's great. All he does is talk about his radio show.
That wasn't Reese, right?
Of course it was.
No.
So I responded with, Reese? And she says, well, how do you know him? well, I listened to him. I align with those views. and all along, I'm thinking to myself, well, just wait till Friday when you hear what Rozan has to say.
Wait, but they said I was great, so there was a silver lining.
It was her first meeting, Rozan. Settle down.
It's okay.
I wish you could see my face right now. I'm so deflated.
But that's
in all seriousness, though. She asked me. She says, "Did you vote for Trump?"
Wow.
And I said, "I voted for the Republican Party." I said, just like principles before personalities.
That's right.
I align with the Republican Party. I may not agree with everything that the representative says.
Huh.
She got silent. This person and I were spending 4 to 5 days a week together.
Wow.
Not dating.
Oh no, I know. Just just socially.
We've been friends for 30 years.
Wow.
I love her dearly. She watched my dog for a week last year while I was gone. She got very silent, and that the phone call ended. And I texted her later on, and I said, I don't feel that what I said was hurtful, and it's very sad that we can't have a discussion where we disagree on something.
Oh.
And her response was, I can't.
Oh.
And I have not heard from her since.
Wow. I'm so sorry.
30 years. And 2 weeks prior, I was making some judgment on a church. And she had said to me, you should be more accepting. And I thought to myself, you know what? She's right. I should be. I claim to be a Christian. I shouldn't be so judgmental. And 2 weeks later, we don't talk anymore.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. I hate to say it, but you know what? It is the hypocrisy of the left, man. We just it's commonplace. It's just how it goes. It's like take my advice. I'm not using it. You know?
Yeah.
You know the old saying. I got to take a break, but thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, thanks for coming to Connecticut.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you. All right,
Pompous.
let's take a break. What did she say? I was pompous?
Pompous.
No, all I did was talk about my show. Do I do that when we're out?
I've not noticed. I'm usually the one talking about
No
your
kidding.
show.
I'm the one who's always telling you, stop telling people what I do.
I love what you do, and I'm proud of you. Even when we were on opposing sides, I've always been really proud of what, because I see how alive you become when you're sitting behind that microphone.
That's okay.
You're alive and you're breathing, and it's beautiful to me to watch.
I love what I do, but whatever. It's to each his own.
I love watching you do it.
But thank you. Let's take a break. We'll be back. More news, more views, and I want to next hour. I want to get into this very bold thing when we return. It's Reese on the radio.
The Yard Goats are back at home April 28th for 6 straight games, and we're jam-packed with promotions. Fireworks, Star Wars Day, an appearance by Coco Melon's baby JJ, Kids Run the Bases, and more. Yard Goats Baseball is the most affordable family entertainment in Connecticut, with tickets starting at just $10. Find out why Duncan Park was named Best Ballpark in America by Newsweek.
Got a tree causing big trouble in a tiny space? Don't risk it. Call the experts who specialize in the impossible jobs. At Tree Wise Guys of Connecticut, we handle the heavy lifting so you don't have to. From precision limb cutting and stump grinding to full land cleaning and emergency storm damage cleanup. No job is too big and no space is too tight. When it matters most, trust the guys who know trees. Trust Tree Wise Guys of Connecticut. Visit TreeWiseGuysCT.com today to get a free quote on your next project. That's TreeWiseGuysCT.com. Are you a commercial building owner in Southern New England? Are you frustrated with your roof services? Contact Eagle Rivet Roof Service today. Our skilled technicians provide tailored roof repair and maintenance programs to maximize your building's lifespan. With 24/7 emergency response and comprehensive service options, we are Greater New England's trusted commercial roofing provider. Visit EagleRivet.com for a complimentary inspection or call 860-953-1231. Protect your investment with Eagle Rivet.
Security is huge for us.
That's Pete Sweeney, Director of Operations at United Tool and Die Company in West Hartford.
We have requirements that we need to meet, and TAB provides us with the tools necessary to make sure that we're compliant.
Pete's confident in his security because he has an ASP, Actual Service Provider, TAB Computer Systems. As an ASP, TAB provides Pete with a higher level of service at a lower cost. Call TAB at 1-888-TAB-4-HELP or visit tabinc.com. Technologies advancing business. TAB Computer Systems.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
It's all right if I'm proud of my radio show. That woman say to me, all he does is talk about his radio show.
Oh, you move on.
No, I'm personally offended now.
No, you're not. You'd have to have feelings to be offended.
I have feelings, Rozan.
Hunger is not a feeling. Sleepy is not a feeling. Your feelings are, I'm on the radio and grumpy. Those are your feelings.
Fair enough. Anyway, so coming up, I want to talk a little bit about this this story with the coach of the New England Patriots. Don't worry, folks. It's not about football, and it's also not a conversation about gossip either. It's really the reaction to this story. And I don't know and or care who the woman. Roland, do you know what the woman's name is that he's alleged to have been with or he was photographed with? Apparently new photos have come out with this woman. She is a writer for The Atlantic, or she does sports for The Atlantic, and apparently there was a long-standing, I guess, some sort of involvement with the two of these people. Both of them are married to other people, and everyone seems to be enamored by this story. I don't care about the gossip. I never have. Infidelity is something that a lot of people experience in their lives. The divorce rate in this country is astronomical, but let's be honest, so are the marriage rates. They are very low. So, when you have a low marriage rate and you have a sort of high divorce rate, it is, correlation means everything. But these two stories, and what do I mean by these two stories? Mike Vrabel and this woman and the Coldplay couple have really captured the audience or people who are talking about it in the news. Mike Vrabel is a football coach of the New England Patriots. It's not like Tom Brady is there. I don't think anybody can remember the name. What, Drake May? People don't even know that quarterback's name. I barely don't even know.
Listen, we need to say that name more so people can be interested in the autographed jersey.
So it's not like these people are megastars. Mike Vrabel was barely, he's a known football player and a known coach, but he's not to any level. I'll put it this way. Chad Ochocinco is more popular than Mike Vrabel, okay? Terrell Owens is more popular than him. There are football players who are no longer in the game who are in public life who are far more popular than a current coach in the NFL. But why is this story resonating? As did the Coldplay couple resonate. Those two people were absolute randos, as the kids like to say, anonymous people. They became some of the most famous people in the country. They were tabloid fodder, and people said that there was a sort of a conversation that was going on. And I'm trying to figure out why that is. But I want to tie it in. I want to ask you a question about it, Rozan, and I'm only going to tease it now. Okay? Mm-hmm. We live in a transactional sexual culture.
Yeah.
Right? That's what the young people are talking about.
Yeah.
Transactional sex. Right? No, what do you call it? No holds barred. No.
You've seen those videos of them dancing now, if you can call it dancing.
Yeah, but the behavior of couples today, we have what's been called the uptick in polyamorous relationships are all over the place, right? Of course, the transgender thing and the, nonconformist sort of sexual lifestyles they are. And then you take these two cases, married people having an affair and caught, and everyone is swarming to it.
I think my view on it, my perspective of why it's so important may be different from what you're expecting it to be.
Well, I'm not. I don't even know what your answer is. So I'm going to lay it out in the next break as to why I'm somewhat confused as to the interest in the Mike Vrabel and the Coldplay.
Are you really?
I am. I'll tell you why, because I'll lay it all out. I'm going to lay it all out why none of this makes sense to me and why I think it's a broader, or I'll suggest there's a broader interest in this that people may be missing. But I want to get your take on that, and I'll take your phone calls as well at 860-522-WTIC when we return. John Silva is here. He is up. He's in the WTIC newsroom. It's Reese on the radio. We'll be back.
This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
It is 3 o'clock. Good afternoon. We've got sunny skies. Our temperature is 61 degrees. We'll keep the temperatures right where they are, low 60s for today. We'll all know the details coming up from the WTIC Weather Center. The town of Cheshire continues to rally around an Afghan interpreter's son released this week from federal custody. Rehan is already back in school. He was honored today with an official welcome at Town Hall. Democratic State Representative Liz Linehan says residents reacted after Rehan was seized by ICE agents almost 3 weeks ago.
Once we found out it was Rehan and that he's a Cheshire High School student, the community just exploded with love in trying to bring him home. I have been contacted almost nonstop about how can we help him?
Family members were able to quickly contact local immigration lawyer Lauren Peterson, who successfully worked to free the teen. She says the support of the community helped bring him home. Senator Richard Blumenthal says Rehan and his family have been targeted by ICE even though they've done nothing illegal. Investigation is continuing this afternoon in the town of Chaplin. A few details have been released. State police, along with those from the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection's ENCON police force, are at the scene on South Bedlam Road. There's no word yet on what exactly they're looking into. Man's under arrest in New Haven after police say he set fire to a mattress at a shelter on Thursday. 45-year-old Doel Torrado is charged. Officers say Torrado deliberately set a mattress ablaze at Liberty Safe Haven last night. One unit sustained fire and water damage. Torrado is facing charges of arson and reckless endangerment. In addition, police say Torrado also had 2 outstanding warrants out against him. President Trump is sending his envoy, Steve Witkoff, and son-in-law, Jared Kushner, to Pakistan to meet with the foreign minister of Iran as officials push to revive ceasefire talks. White House Press Secretary Caroline Levitt told Fox that the two would meet with the Iranian foreign minister on Saturday in Islamabad. Levitt says Vice President Vance, Secretary of State Rubio, and the president's national security team will fly to Pakistan if necessary. The Justice Department is dropping its investigation into Fed Chair Jerome Powell. More from correspondent Linda Kenyon.
Federal prosecutor Janine Pirro announced she's dropping the probe. On social media, she stated instead the Federal Reserve Inspector General will investigate cost overruns for renovations to the Federal Reserve headquarters. The Inspector General has twice reviewed the project and found no wrongdoing. Dropping the criminal investigation helps clear the way for the Senate to confirm a successor to Jerome Powell, whose term as chairman expires next month.
WTIC News Time 3:03. Checking traffic, still some road work left over in Manchester on 384 West in the area of exits 3 and 1B. We've also got the road work in Meriden on 691 East between exits 3 and 1A. East Hartford, eastbound 84 between 58 and 63, roving project there in the left lane. And again, the road closure due to that earlier water main break in Thomaston, State Route 848, that's closed in both directions at West Hill and Waterbury as they look to patch that break, that water main that broke earlier this morning. Let's check the WTIC Weather Center forecast.
Persistent high pressure means plenty of sunshine during the day and then a clear sky overnight, the low temperature 37. As a cold front approaches, partly sunny and cool with a passing shower or two in the afternoon tomorrow, the high temperature 53. Cloudy with a couple of showers tomorrow night, the low temperature 41. Clouds giving away some sunshine on Sunday with a high of 62. Mostly sunny on Monday, the high 66. And then more dry weather with partial sunshine Tuesday, the high once again 66. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
Dow's down 102 points, NASDAQ's up 379, and the S&P is ahead 53. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
If you have been in a car accident in the past and have settled your case, I may have some good news. Some unethical lawyers have people known as runners who come directly to your hospital room or home and solicit your case. It's a disbarable offense. Anyone that would hire these scumbags needs to have their heads examined. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Now for the good news. If this happened to you, we will sue these lowlifes and fight to get all your fees back. And then look and see if these bottom feeders also malpractice your case and sue them for that too. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Visit forthepeople.com for a free consultation or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. If someone does this to you, call the Bar Association and report them. Let's fight these bums. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial Pound Law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog and your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Northeast Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, getting you back in the game again. So don't be older, be stronger in the gym, be sharper at work, be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956 or go to northeastmenshealth.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Reese on the radio, making sense of the news. Yeah, even when it makes no sense at all. Now on WTIC, News Talk 1080.
All right, we're back. Reese on the radio, Rozan on the radio is here. Hello, Melody, Michael A. They're saying hello to myself and you, Rozan.
Hello.
So is everybody else. So I don't really like doing the whole gossip thing and that stuff with this celebrity and that celebrity, who's sleeping with who and all that other stuff. But this was really compelling to me because I know that there has been a shift in ideologies as of late. And that is the promiscuity of the past 10, 20 years is starting to fade away. And people are starting to go back to the importance of having relationships. We've seen more and more stories about women who are having difficulty finding a good man, or now even starting to venture into dating outside of their political groups. Because remember, like a couple of years back, it was, I can't date a Republican or I can't date a liberal. Now, people are getting so desperate, feeling like there's like, no, it is. And I looked at it.
No, I'm in shock because like people are like that's one of the most ridiculous reasons to not date someone. But
exactly.
Please continue.
But they started to sort of go through that cycle, if you will, of getting sick and tired of being lonely. Right? I don't have someone to share my life with, and the so-called deal breakers in a relationship, those things are starting to fade. Right? It's not so much like things like I want somebody who's fit, I want somebody who's tall, I want somebody.
As you get older,
yes.
And particularly as a woman, as you get older and you start to realize like I'm running out of eggs,
yeah.
And you want to start procreating, your list does get some. Like for me, it used to be he's got to be over 6 feet tall, a certain skin tone, a certain body frame. You know, honestly, by the time you came around, I was like, listen, as long as he's got a job. And taller than me would be great, a job, and his own car. Like, that was his own place. Like, that was my entire list.
Yeah.
God, just let him be breathing and preferably capable of self-ambulation. That would be phenomenal.
So, with that, we're starting to see this culture of people who... You were... But you start to see this sort of shift in that culture, right? So now we had this story a couple of months ago, if not last year. It was one of the biggest stories about two people no one knew. It was everywhere.
It was, okay, other people tried to make a big deal of it. I thought it was stupid.
I thought it was stupid. Right. I thought it was stupid. It's a story old as time, someone being caught in an affair. You might remember when you and I first got together, we were watching a Dallas Cowboys football game.
Yes. And he got caught with his Sancha at the game. Sancha is slang for his side piece.
Chick. Yeah. Well, of course, the Dallas Cowboys completely blew the game apart, lost the game, and the camera pans off to the crowd to this one Hispanic couple who looked crestfallen at what had just happened on the field.
And
he's holding her in the arm. Right. And she's disappointed. And that story went viral because someone recognized... the girlfriend. The actual girlfriend was watching at home, caught her boyfriend cheating, and again, it became a spectacle on X.
I would be more mad that you didn't take me to the Dallas Cowboys game.
Even if they lost. But she posted it, and then it went viral on its own, and people poked fun at it because, hey, here's probably the most unfortunate cheater in the world. He not only got busted by his girlfriend, but the Cowboys lost. And it was kind of funny.
It's a double whammy.
Yeah, it was a double whammy.
Poor guy.
But it was treated the way that you treat that kind of thing. Here's another random couple busted in such an unfortunate way. It's funny. We all kind of rib each other and say, hey, you see that story. And then the Coldplay situation happens. What happens there is everyone is having what can only be described as a moral conversation in the middle of what a lot of us are seeing, kind of moral ambiguity, like moral dismissiveness.
Do you think it was a moral? That's not what I got at all.
What did you get?
Think about the CEO shooting.
Okay.
Think about what all these whiny little lazy brats are whining about. The rich, the wealthy, the CEOs, take them down. I think that's the only reason anybody cares right now.
Well, that conversation never came up about those people.
They don't know that that's the reason. Like they're so disconnected from their own thought process that they're not making the correlation themselves. I'm looking at it going, if these were two just regular middle management nobodies, people wouldn't care.
But that's what they were, though. The moment that it happened, nobody knew who they were until after it happened.
But they're wealthy people. You can't get those seats at a Coldplay concert unless you have money.
Well, yes.
Vrabel has money. Nobody cares about the poor people.
You believe there was
a
a degree of Schadenfreude here?
I think so. This is the whole culture right now. Socialism is on such an uptick. These whiny little underemployed, overeducated, whiny, coddled brats running around. We need to defund the police, and the wealthy need to give us their money because who needs $1 billion? Those are the people right now that are making this a big deal. Who else is doing it? You're looking at the socialist media that is jumping on board with this. Socialist media is now the same people saying, we need to do away with the wealthy, meanwhile collecting their big fat paychecks, going home to their mansions in Greenwich.
Okay, right? No. See, listen, I had no understanding of why this was so popular.
That's the perspective I'm seeing. That's how I'm seeing what is playing out. Is if these were middle management, if the football coach had been a local high school coach,
right,
or if he would have just been a freaking a personal trainer, or one of the medical
guy worked at Planet Fitness.
The guy on the team, but who goes out when
equipment trainer.
Yeah, he goes out. And, oh my God, he hurt his knee. We're gonna get an ice pack on it. And bandage you up. Nobody would care if it was that guy because he's not wealthy. It's notoriety. It's name. It's
so. Are
money.
You saying that the Coldplay story, got legs when we found out who they were?
Yes.
If we had realized that they were just two people having an affair, no one would have cared.
What was the first thing we found out about them?
He was a CEO.
And who was she?
The head of HR
in his business.
That adds to the story.
If somebody would have said, "Oh, well, they're just, he works in the mailroom and she's the coffee girl," nobody would have given two craps about it. Nobody would have ever looked at that story and was like, it would have been the same thing as the Cowboys game. Oh, poor guy. Those poor
how
idiots.
Unfortunate.
Nobody would have cared. But these are rich people. We have these whiny little brats mad at the world because they can't make that money.
Interesting.
So they're the ones blowing this up, and their parents are also Democratic socialists, so they're all on the same bandwagon. So of course, who's blowing it up? The socialist media.
So okay. So
do you give a crap about these people's affair?
No.
Do I give a crap about these? You know why? Because we don't care about their social standing. I'm too busy working on my own to give a crap about them.
Okay, well, see, can I tell you what my point of view was on this? No. You gave a perspective I didn't think you would. Well, I had no idea what perspective you had. Just is the reason why I never preface or never tell you about these subjects beforehand, because I want an authentic answer from you, and I got one. See, I was trying to figure out if there was this sort of, for lack of a better word, there was a hypocrisy going on in a culture that says you should be allowed to love anyone you want. Right? So, they were having an affair, so what? And at the same time, kind of ridiculing these people for having an affair. It's like for them, I can be in a polyamorous relationship. I can date whomever I want. Every one of my sexual engagements can be transactional. But for these people, I'm holding them to a higher standard. They get to be scrutinized. And maybe in my view, what they're secretly saying is to them truly that marriage is sacred, that having one partner is sacred.
They don't
no,
believe that.
you don't believe that. You don't think
Absolutely
they
not.
believe that at all.
These are the same, like I have seen videos on TikTok where young women are talking about the scarcity of good men, so now they're sharing. Like he goes and like, I know he's got another woman, but she knows about me too, and if we stay on our side of the street, we're good. Excuse me? Ew. No, thank you. But I want you to look at Vrabel. Black or white?
White.
White guy. And the woman he had an affair with?
White.
And the Coldplay couple?
White.
Well, the Coldplay, not really a couple.
Yeah, white.
Wealthy people?
Well-to-do, prominent.
Who's griping about them?
I kind of feel like everybody is.
Not the rich.
But it's true. Of course, nobody wealthy would even care.
You have to villainize wealthy white people. What is the greatest threat to the American democracy? What is it? We just heard about it.
Yeah, that's true.
The greatest threat to American democracy is
white supremacy.
And what is white supremacy? White people that have money. That's white supremacy.
No, it's just, I didn't, like I said, I had not thought of it. It just didn't.
Nobody cares about marriage. Marriage is dying. Right? Like the concept of marriage is dying, especially with these idiots who think they have to share a partner. You know, these guys, these low-level scumbag, pants-sagging, no job having, weed-smoking, low-riding jerks with dreads running around, spreading their seed and allowing all these women to kill the babies because everybody knows he can't even work at Chick-fil-A to support these babies. These are the people. I was going somewhere.
Yeah, you were saying these are the people who are these are the people who are criticizing.
These people do not care about marriage. They have no.
So is this just filler for them? Is this like something for them to?
No, this is part of a bigger story.
Right.
We are vilifying and destroying the image of white people. Look, white people are worse than you because they're wealthy and having affairs. Even money doesn't make you happy. You're poor and you're happy. They're wealthy, they're unhappy. Look at them having affairs. Look at you, not even married, sleeping with whoever you want. That's okay. They're having affairs because they're married. That's bad. It is a long game to steadily destroy the image of white people, of being wealthy, of being faithful and having fidelity and getting married and
okay,
and
I see what you're saying. So you're saying that
these
affairs are used as a cudgel against what would be traditional values.
Right. Traditional work ethic, traditional money management, anything and everything. I'm telling you, the Socialist Party is taking over in so many areas that, I mean, it baffles my mind that people are unable to see the Islamic Party, the Socialist Party, and the Democrat Party all working together slowly to dismantle this country. And it starts with who? The white people are still the major race in this country. They're also one of the largest demographics that control large quantities of the money. So how do we break this down?
Right. So let's go through these cultural sort of destruction of these things, dismantling
the culture from the root, right? When I was a kid in kindergarten, all we talked about was Martin Luther King Jr. he died for our sins. And to this day, I mean, up until I saw the Chad Jackson, I believe Martin Luther King was this, phenomenally
prolific.
Moral authority. I thought he had it he knew things. And,
to find out
that's that level of indoctrination. Think about the recycling, reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, whatever, right? It started when we were children. Look where it's gone today. It is a slow progression, but it's a long game. This is the Socialist Party and the Islamic Party. This is their tactic. This is how they destroy.
Let's go to Bob in Manchester. How you doing, Bob?
Hey, Reese. Hi, Rozan. How you doing? Hey, so the Mike Vrabel story, though. So she lost her job.
Yes.
She was canned.
Yeah.
Well,
wait a minute. Did they? I thought it was reported that she resigned, but the sort of quiet story is that they fired her.
She was resigned under pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
do you
can't be objective if you're pointing one of the.
Bob, do you agree with? Do you agree with Rozan here that this is only being sort of propped up because it gets to sort of a bigger, and I hate to use the term, but I get her point, that there's a degree of a psyop here that these people who are talking about it don't really care about the sanctity of marriage. This is an opportunity to sort of schadenfreude.
It's just to gain a few points. I mean,
right.
I don't think they give a rat's butt about anything but themselves.
Yeah.
And if, hey, I broke the story, look at me. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, look at me. Look what I found out. I mean, who cares? I mean, who cares? In this day and age, who cares?
Yeah, I know exactly. I just found this real fever pitch of an attention to Mike Vrabel. I mean, I don't know if you follow football like I do. I know who Mike Vrabel is, but I have never seen this guy as like Hollywood fodder or gossip fodder for page 6 in the New York Post.
Never even heard of him.
Under no circumstances.
Only he's the coach of the Patriots. And
yes, exactly.
And I'm a long-suffering Giants fan, so I really don't care what the Patriots
Reese got you beat. Reese got you beat.
He is former coach of the year. I will give you this. For me, this story is about significant is like Jeff Saturday being caught in a scandal.
Who?
He's the former center of the Indianapolis Colts. He's like, nobody knows this guy. He's like Peyton Manning's best. He's like Peyton Manning's best friend.
But he's rich, and if he was having an affair with another rich white lady, it would be all over the news.
I'll put it to you this way. This has gotten more attention than when Tom and Giselle Bundchen broke up. If you think, right?
And they were screwing around on each other, too. So,
exactly.
I mean, so what? I mean, it's just...
It is.
It's not my outlook on life or my... But, I mean, this is the way some people act, and who cares?
Yeah, exactly right. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you, man. Have a great weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what it was I couldn't understand. But the way you lay it out, it's reasonably...
It's the only thing that makes logical sense.
If
they were two middle management, $60,000 a year income earners, nobody would give two craps about him.
Yeah. Jason says he is another Patriot cheater. They've got a lot of cheating scandals.
Those are two old uglies. I just don't get it.
Oh, you're talking about Vrabel and
uglies need love too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they love. Well, they don't need to be on camera though.
Yeah. What, they don't?
Yeah, I would have saw that and not even took any pictures. I'm just like, nah.
Do you understand?
Let them old folks live.
You're a sports guy. Do you understand what the interest in this is?
No.
Right. I mean, I'm lost.
That's why I say I wouldn't even took. I would have saw that and been like, this ain't even worth my time.
But they are making it like it is. I'm telling you, it was a cover.
It
was a cover of the New York Post, for crying out loud.
Rich white people. It's the only reason anybody cares. I promise you.
I can go to an old folks' home and find two hotter people than that. So it's like, come on,
what is
man.
it down in Florida? The Villages.
Yeah, it's popping in them villages now.
Jason is not letting the cheating scandal go alone. Jason says first it was Deflategate, then Spygate, now Coachgate. it's okay. I'm not a Patriot fan either. I like Vrabel. I mean, he was a great player for the Patriots.
I liked him.
But like I said, I wouldn't give his, as Letterman would say, I wouldn't give his problems to a monkey on a rock. I couldn't. It would be that bad.
I mean, he's still rich, though. I'm just saying.
Like, that's why he's rich and he's the Patriots head coach.
Is it? You think is it an opportunity to take down the Patriots? Is that what it is?
It could be. Could be.
Interesting.
Can I just say, if this is the worst thing that happens to this man,
he's all right.
Didn't they just go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I'm
and
just
they lost,
saying.
right? So
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like,
he better go back now.
He still goes home to his mansion.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably got all like a gym and a movie theater and all that stuff in there. So
I wanted the Earl looking at those pictures. I'm like, this is no way and no shape, form
look these
attractive
pictures up. I have never seen these pictures.
If he goes to the Super Bowl this year and he wins, and I've got to hand him the Lombardi Trophy.
That's why it's not going to happen.
I would hand it to him, and I would go, Mike, you just won the Super Bowl. Here, give this to your wife.
Part of the alimony, right?
You guys still together? That's what I would do.
I think she's staying.
You think she's staying?
Yeah, I think she's staying.
She's not dumb. Shoot.
Yeah.
Rozan, would you stay?
For that kind of money? Listen, you got your wing, I got. We will have an understanding. You do your dirt over there, I'll do my dirt over here. We good.
I don't want. Nope.
We good.
No.
Why, you want to go marry somebody else?
No, the only person
then.
I want to be married to.
It's cheaper this way. So. It's cheaper this way if they just stay together.
I think you all out of turns, Reese.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm all out of turns. My fourth marriage, I'm all out of turns.
You out of turns, man.
Is this him? Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel?
That's them. Yeah. That's them. She's not ugly.
No, I mean, and he's not that bad looking in the picture, but it's dark too. So.
That's true. Is that the picture at the bar?
Yeah, in the red with the red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but everybody looks good in a
they
dark
had him
bar.
They had him in bathing suits though.
Yeah, that was the other picture.
Yeah.
That was the
Please
first
tell me
photo.
he was wearing shorts at least, not like a Speedo or something.
Yeah, I wasn't paying too much attention. Right. As soon as I saw.
Yeah, well, first, as soon as he saw they were in bathing suits, he was like, nope, not looking.
Nope.
Hey.
They'll be fine. I think this will blow over soon.
She's cute though.
She's not ugly.
No, she's very attractive.
When she was younger, she was dynamite.
Good. Look at you.
She's not young
Goodness
anymore.
gracious.
Ageist and everything.
He's just so ageist. Look at this guy.
Oh, this is him with his wife.
His
wife is okay.
We got to take a break. More news, more views. I got to talk about, is Connecticut communist? I know what you guys are going to say. Yes, it is. But we'll break it down for you because there's a documentary that I just saw. It was a short documentary from the Epic Times that lays the whole thing out. We'll lay it out for you when we return. It's Reese on the Radio.
There's a lot happening in Washington and in your local neighborhood. Follow WTIC News Talk 1080 on the Odyssey app to keep up with the latest.
Brian Shackman here for Allaire Elder Law. Maybe you're like me. You prepared to pay for college, prepared for retirement the best you can, but what about after that? That's where Allaire Elder Law comes in. Haley Allaire and her team, they have you covered. From power of attorney, wills, trusts, probate, home care planning, they do it all. Attorney Allaire knows her stuff. She's local. You can always access the team. Go to allaireelderlaw.com. That's ALLAIRE elderlaw.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code COVER to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code COVER to borrow up to $10,000. Use code COVER to borrow up to $10,000.
And now, a WTIC news update.
It's 3:30. Good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. All the forecast details coming up from the WTIC Weather Center. Iran's top diplomat is set to travel to Pakistan for raising hopes for renewed peace talks.
Iran's state-run IRNA news agency has confirmed that Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi
is heading to Pakistan for talks and will also stop in Oman and Russia. The trip to Pakistan comes as officials there have been trying to get the US and Iran to a second round of ceasefire negotiations. The report says the trip, beginning Friday, is focusing on ongoing regional developments and the US-Iran war. Lavrov saying he appreciates Pakistan's constructive role in facilitating dialogue between Iran and the US. Dahr reaffirmed Islamabad's commitment to supporting efforts that promote dialogue and diplomacy to resolve disputes. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
And top U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are also headed to Islamabad for the renewed talks. Fire at a shelter in New Haven Thursday night. Police say 45-year-old Doel Tirado intentionally set a mattress on fire at the Life Haven shelter on State Street. He faces arson and other charges. Police in the town of Chaplin have been conducting an investigation. They've been tight-lipped as to what they're actually looking for. State police are at the scene on South Bedlam Road. Crews patching a water main break in the town of Thomaston on Waterbury Road, about a mile from the Waterbury city line. The Waterbury Water Division runs that water line, so they're leading the repair project. No residents or businesses are said to be impacted, but they do say if the water does appear discolored, let it run for a little while until it runs clear. State officials, including Governor Lamont, on hand today for a welcome home ceremony for Rehan, the Afghan national seeking legal asylum in the U.S., detained by ICE last month. The 19-year-old is set to return to Cheshire High School. Justice Department has ended its investigation into Fed Chair Jerome Powell, clearing a major hurdle for the confirmation of Kevin Warsh as his successor. 8 teams still waiting to make their first selection of the NFL draft after a chaotic opening round featured a flurry of trades. Just 16 of the 32 first-round picks were chosen Thursday night, or made by the original teams that owned those picks. The 49ers and the Bills traded out of the first round, joining the Falcons, the Bengals, the Packers, the Broncos, the Jaguars, and the Colts on the sideline. Round 2 kicks off at 7 tonight. WTIC News Time is 3:32. Here's the forecast.
Persistent high pressure means plenty of sunshine during the day and then a clear sky overnight, the low temperature 37. As a cold front approaches, partly sunny and cool with a passing shower or two in the afternoon tomorrow, the high temperature 53. Cloudy with a couple of showers tomorrow night, the low temperature 41. Clouds giving away some sunshine on Sunday with a high of 62. Mostly sunny on Monday, the high 66, and then more dry weather with partial sunshine Tuesday, the high once again 66. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
All right, sunny skies and 60 degrees right now in Hartford. Half hour before the close, the Dow's down 140 points. The Nasdaq's up 379 points, and the S&P is ahead 53. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by University of Maryland Global Campus.
Action camera maker GoPro says it's exploring new opportunities within the defense and aerospace markets. GoPro has enlisted consulting firm Oliver Wyman, which says that defense and aerospace customers are increasingly adopting dual-use commercially available technologies to move faster and operate with greater cost efficiency. GoPro's cameras were part of the Artemis II mission to the moon. I'm Jason Brooks.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
At a huge law firm, does your case feel lost? And at a small firm, they might not have the muscle to truly fight for you. At BPS Lawyers, we're small enough to give your case the personal attention it deserves, yet large enough with the resources and expertise to get the job done right every time. BPS Lawyers, your lawyers for life. Glastonbury, Hartford, Essex, East Hampton, New Hartford, and Simsbury. Visit bpslawyers.com or call 860-CALL-BPS. Nick Payne-Dearest is responsible for the content of this ad.
Staples has hundreds of ways to grow your business this spring, like spectacular signs, brilliant brochures, eye-popping posters, mouth-watering menus, and more. Shop now through June 13th and save up to $150 on all your custom prints. Staples, that was easy.
How will you navigate the journey to and through retirement? Johnson Brunetti is hosting a unique, all-in-one retirement planning event for those near retirement or recently retired. You don't want to miss industry leaders coming together to address top retirement concerns, including a licensed CPA, an estate planning attorney, a Social Security specialist, and more. Join us at the AquaTurf Club in Plantsville on May 14th at 6 p.m. Space is limited and reservations are required. Visit eventatjb.com to save your seat now.
Investment advisory services offered through JB Capital, LLC. Insurance products offered through JN Financial, LLC.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Lockridge, and I'm the host of a new podcast from Odyssey called Family Lore. In this podcast, I'm going to have people on to tell unusual and sometimes far-fetched stories about their families.
I've heard my whole life that she invented the margarita.
And then, we're going to investigate those stories and find out how much of it is true.
He gets a patent 1 month before the Wright brothers. Oh my God.
Please follow and listen to Family Lore, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
Got a tree causing big trouble in a tiny space? Don't risk it. Call the experts who specialize in the impossible jobs. At Tree Wise Guys of Connecticut, we handle the heavy lifting so you don't have to. From precision limb cutting and stump grinding to full land cleaning and emergency storm damage cleanup. No job is too big and no space is too tight. When it matters most, trust the guys who know trees. Trust Tree Wise Guys of Connecticut. Visit treewiseguysct.com today to get a free quote on your next project. That's treewiseguysct.com.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Take advantage of our Mother's Day sale, which starts now. It's our best deal of the year. Save up to 60% off. Visit legacybox.com/radio and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/radio for 60% off. legacybox.com/radio.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Hey, he's your friendly neighborhood Reese on the radio. Right now on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
That's right. Your friendly neighborhood Reese on the radio is here with his friendly wife. Well, she's not that friendly. Not that friendly.
I'm great, remember?
Not that friendly.
I'm the great one.
Yes. Rozan on the radio is here. So I was going over a bunch of things, and they come to me literally like instantaneous. I'll go down one road, and another stuff starts popping into my head. And yesterday, I wrote a Substack. Please check it out. Go to ReeseOnTheRadio.com in order to check it out. Or if you're already on Substack, just go to Reese on the Radio. And you'll find the new Substack I wrote, because I usually do it Sunday, but I did it yesterday. And it is titled, Connecticut Can Come Back, or Else We'll All Have to Leave. And what it talks about is what the legislature is doing right now with the passing of all of these radical bills that have nothing to do with affordability. Interestingly enough, House Minority Leader Vincent Candelara was on FSB, I think it was yesterday, saying exactly what I was saying on the show. Has anybody seen the Democrats propose anything on affordability? No. The only people who proposed that bill were the Republicans. And it's been outright ignored. While every one of these Democrats are running around talking about the Republicans don't care about affordability, but haven't proposed any affordability bills. Just saying. But in that article, as I'm writing about all of these crazy things, I'm really making a plea to Democrats in the state. And that is, you do not understand what's being done to you against your will. You're voting against Donald Trump. You're voting against MAGA. You're voting against conservatives. You're not voting for this, and I know you're not. Because what are we learning? When you and I went to the Capitol, and they were holding several,
like
four or five of them, right? It was a gun bill, but we went to the homeschooling meeting. And the parents who were there were all over the map. And Deborah Stevenson, as well as so many others, were telling us that this was a bipartisan effort to put a stop and a halt to this oversight of homeschooling. Every walk of life was there. Black, white, Indian families. We saw them all.
Everybody.
You and I pointed out, or you pointed out, I should say, because what you pointed out, I totally had to agree with, that none of the kids were on their devices. They were just writing in books and reading.
Writing,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And it was amazing to see that. When you pointed out, I went, holy crap, that's so right.
And they were all dressed well, too.
Yes. And
there weren't sagging pants and obnoxious hairdos and boobs and butt cheeks
But the
hanging out.
kids didn't even, what was so wild is that some of the kids were laying on the floor writing or reading inside that building. They didn't care where they were. And the parents,
like they were doing homework or something.
yeah, sitting around doing homework. Like. And the parents weren't all, get off the floor, Johnny. It was like, it's dirty down there. Didn't care. Let the kids do what the kids do. They, they'll just go home and they'll clean up. But they knew what they were there for, and the kids were well behaved. There was no screaming, no hollering, nothing.
It was probably one of the only times I was comfortable being outnumbered by children.
Yes.
Because they were all just, everybody's, there was that
well-mannered.
There was that one little boy, but I think he was just bored. A poor kid. He was so adorable. He was bored out of his little skull.
He was.
But everybody else was just well behaved. They're sitting down quietly, whispering to their parents.
But it was all walks of life. And what I'm trying to sort of say to people, or to those on the left, is that these Democrats are conjuring up these bills not on your behalf. You are not asking them to do that. It is the political hacks who fundraise for them who are telling them to do this stuff. Indivisible. People like the Communist Party USA. Whoever it is who is funneling them money. Yes, the Soroses. Whoever's funneling them money, what they're doing is legislating on their behalf, not yours. Because you're waking up one day and going, I'm sorry, I can't do what anymore?
Sorry, I have to be injected with how many vaccines?
Yeah, exactly. So we know this isn't, you're not asking for this to happen. So I found a couple of examples of this around the country. So in the middle of me doing my research, I said, give me a couple of examples, just random, about people who voted for something, thinking that they were, shouting down the opposition, and ended up having to either recall or recalibrate.
Eat their words and live in the consequences of their stupid decisions.
And it came back, yes. Here are a few. In San Francisco, District Attorney Chesay Bowden. Chesay, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, was the district attorney from 2019 to 2022. This event happened between 2019 and 2022. But anyway, elected in November of 2019. Ran on a radical progressive platform, criminal justice reform, ending cash bail for many offenses, reducing prosecutions. Positioned himself, it is a guy, against the tough-on-crime establishment, including the police union and more moderate Democrats. That's what he ran on. The opponent was a DA named Susie Loftus, who was backed by moderates and the law enforcement crew. In a low-turnout race, many voters chose Bowden over this individual. I don't know who this. Oh, this is. This is our guest, and I guess he doesn't know that. I'm on the WhatsApp. He's probably calling me to let me know he's late. But anyway, so the progressives chose Bowden. They choose Bowden. Bowden gets elected. He implemented policies that critics say fueled retail theft, car break-ins, open drug markets, homicides, and property crime. They all rose sharply. By 2021 and 2022, viral videos of smash and grab attacks on Asian Americans created panic. Bowden was recalled in June of 2022 by a vote of 55% to 45%. Voters openly expressed regret and recall was driven by frustration over public safety failures under his watch. He was replaced by a more moderate Democrat. They chose Democrat, but at least they went moderate. Alameda County, California, including Oakland. District Attorney Pamela Price, this was between 2022 and 2024. Elected in 2022, won as a progressive reformer, promising to end mass incarceration and racial disparities in prosecution, framed as an opposition to the old school tough-on-crime approaches. The opponent was Terry Wiley, who was in the general election after advancing past a moderate in the primary, supported by some progressive groups, but wasn't as progressive as Pamela Price. Soft on prosecution policies coincided with surging car theft, retail crime, and homicides in the Oakland area. Business and business owners reported feeling unsafe. The outcome? By November 5th of 2024, a landslide recall, 63 to 37%. The first successful DA recall in the county's history. Voters cited crime and disorder as the main reasons. Price conceded after later announcing a 2026 comeback bid. They're going to try it again. Real smart. Again, not listening. Again, they don't care. They don't listen to their voters. Minneapolis, Minnesota. The city council had a defund the police movement in 2020 and 2021. After George Floyd's death in May of 2020, the progressive-dominated city council, in an 8-5 vote, moved to dismantle and replace Minneapolis Police Department with a public health model. I'm doing quotations with my fingers. Many council members were elected or re-elected in 2017 through 2019 on progressive platforms to oppose traditional policing. Police staffing plummeted. Hundreds left the police. Shootings, carjackings, and violent crime exploded from 2020 to 2021. Businesses fled downtown. In November of 2021, voters overwhelmingly rejected charter amendment to replace the police department, 56 to 44%.
Just a year.
Yeah, many of the same progressive council members were later distanced themselves from defund rhetoric. Many of them called on more police after they were robbed. I remember the woman. She put a picture of herself being bloodied.
Why didn't she call the DHS?
I don't know.
Isn't that who they wanted?
No, she was supposed to call
public safety.
Yeah, public safety issue. Philadelphia, I'll read one more. Philadelphia, District Attorney Larry Krasner from 2017 to 2021. He was elected in 2017 and then re-elected in 2021. He ran as the most progressive district attorney candidate in a crowded field, promising to end cash bail, to reduce prosecutions, to hold police accountable, explicitly campaigned against tough-on-crime Democrats and Republicans. Homicides surged to record levels in 2020. Repeat offenders were released quickly. Businesses in district and neighbors saw increased disorder. Polls and business leaders repeatedly blamed Krasner's policies. While he survived a 2022 recall attempt, his approval ratings tanked, and crime became the dominant issue in city politics. Moderate Democrats and businesses groups publicly expressed regret over supporting the progressive wave. Many voters who backed him in 2017 to 2021 later said they underestimated the public safety consequences.
No, duh. This is what happens when you let children make decisions. My favorite one that I read this morning that you didn't mention, Zohran Mamdani ran on the platform to bring more affordable housing.
I was just setting you up for it.
And homeless shelters. And they got one in East
Village on 3rd Street.
This means nothing to me, people. I don't care about New York. An abandoned building is now going to be converted into a homeless shelter for homeless men. Mm-hmm. And the entire area has now revolted and has filed lawsuit against Mamdani to prevent this from happening. These are the same people who voted for him at 60% are now saying, not in my backyard, or as I like to call myself, I mean them, NIMBYs. Yes, I'm a NIMBY. I know I'm a NIMBY. I'm secure with it. But if you are so hell-bent on a policy, this is white liberals telling people of color, we're doing this for you.
You're good. Yep, you're on good.
It's not for us. We don't want the crime and homeless in our communities. We're doing it for you because you deserve the homeless in your community. They're your friends and family. We'll give everybody Section 8 and food stamps, and you guys be happy over there.
I'll get to that very soon. Stand by for much, much more on this. Great job, by the way. We'll return. More news, more views. It's Reese on the Radio.
Have bad teeth that need to be replaced? Don't like removable dentures? Worry no more. Come on down to Columbia Implant Center in Manchester any day of the week and ask for the all-on-4 procedure. Call us at 860-643-1898.
This has been a tough winter. Don Cussin here. With constant freezing and thawing, our roads have become minefields of potholes. This can cause misalignment and tire damage. Now through April, Cussin Automotive has a great give-back special featuring a free alignment check. Our technicians will inspect your tires and suspension, and if you need repairs, we are here to help. Plus, as your local Napa Auto Care Center, you can earn a $50 give-back Visa card from Napa Auto Parts. For an appointment and details, call 860-289-2389 or go to CussinAutomotive.com.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Northeast Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combination therapies that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and to the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956 or go to northeastmenshealth.com. That's northeastmenshealth.com. Northeast Men's Health, advanced medical science to empower male performance.
In digital advertising, everyone talks about clicks, but clicks don't pay the bills. Sales do. Outcomes from Viant is a new way to advertise that prioritizes your bottom line. Our AI-driven technology looks past the noise to find the customers most likely to buy your product. It's smarter, faster, and designed for real-world results. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
All right, we're back. Reese on the Radio, Rozan on the radio. I'm trying to eat pizza. That pizza is actually pretty good.
It's so good.
But it's made by Indians.
Okay, you're saying Indians can't make good pizza? You're eating the pizza and it's good, so...
Yeah, but I'm like, I feel like there's something wrong. They make Indian food at that place.
Okay, and they can't make pizza?
I didn't say that. It's just odd for me. I'll tell you the story that happened to me. I'm in South Jamaica, Queens, and I'm visiting the home of my foster parents. And I stopped to go get some Chinese food. And when I walk in South Jamaica, Queens, for those of you who know it, it's 50 cent, very ghetto. Anyway, so I go to the Chinese restaurant. I get inside the Chinese restaurant, and the girl behind the counter is a little skinny black girl, very dark skin with hoop earrings. And as soon as I walk in, the bell rings like ding, ding, and I walk in, and she goes, "Hi, how can I help you?" And I looked and I said, "Oh, that's cool. You never see that in a Chinese restaurant. They usually hire somebody from their own family or, it's usually a Chinese person at the counter." So I saw the black girl and I went, "Oh, that's cool." They're hiring a young lady from the neighborhood. She must really, know them and like them.
I think what you're trying to say is it's pretty well known that there is a
racial breakup between the two. It's not.
So call it what it is.
Okay,
sir.
fine. It is rare to find a black girl at a Chinese restaurant.
Thank you. Just be
or
upfront.
working there.
You see that
for
bush?
that matter.
You don't
Yes.
got to beat around it anymore.
So anyway, I said, so I order what I've ordered for over 30 years. You know what it is. What do I order?
Chicken lo mein.
That's right. I order a chicken lo mein. And then she goes, okay, is that it? And I go, oh, you know what? I'll take a soda. So she ordered, and then she says, and I quote, Daddy! And this big black guy comes in the back, and he's got a chef hat on. And I went, what? Is that your father? She was like, yeah, it's a black guy in a Chinese restaurant. It's a family-owned Chinese restaurant. I looked him square in the face, and I went, no, I'm good. And I left.
Wow. You bigot.
Am I, though?
I mean.
Am I?
Again, I'm going to go back to La China Fondita on the south side of San Antonio. I have never eaten there because I don't know
Why?
If Mexicans can make good Chinese food.
Yes, thank you.
Hey,
it's not.
At least I said it.
I'm saying that my point is, as soon as I saw it, I went, nope. Here's why.
What was the name of the restaurant?
I have no idea.
Did it give it away?
No, I have no idea.
Because sometimes the name gives it away.
It should
La
have.
China Fondita. That
Yes.
literally gives, I understand. And don't see a bunch of Chinese
What is
folks.
La China? Is that
La
like
China,
the China?
Yes.
The China
Chinese-
restaurant?
China is like Chinese.
Right.
Fondita
It
is
sounds
like
like
a
it should be a
kitchen.
slur, though. It does. It does sound like that. It sounds like it should be a slur. Even though it isn't, it sounds like it should be.
Depending
But
on how it's used.
Here's the deal. The reason why I walked out of the black Chinese restaurant, the Blackanese restaurant,
God, I was waiting for it.
was because I didn't want to have to give it a bad review. Imagine what life would be like if I had eaten the food and
No,
it was
for
awful.
30 years, here you go, still talking about it.
Exactly.
I'm sure the guys listening, some are going, oh, that guy.
Listen, if there is a God, it went out of business. Let's just be honest.
Did you ever eat the food there?
No.
Then you have no idea. That is really rude. It
No.
might actually be really good.
Really?
It might be. You don't know. Indian people make amazing pizza, apparently.
Well, it's
Exactly.
a one-off.
How do you know?
I'm just saying it could be.
No, I think that your like narrow-minded palate is preventing you from enjoying some culinary wonders.
Brothers Chinese Restaurant. That's what it was called.
And it didn't give you didn't get it?
It could have been
Nothing
the Chinese
registered
brothers.
in your brain?
Chinese people have brothers, Rozan.
It would have said China Brothers, not
Brothers Chinese Restaurant. That's what it was. That's what it was. We got to take a break. Let's go to
You earned it.
weather and traffic. Mark Christopher's out. We got Tom O'Hanlon. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center.
I'm Tom O'Hanlon from the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. On 84 westbound, we're busy from exit 56 to 47. Route 2 westbound is busy from Wilbur Cross up into westbound 84. And we have delays on eastbound 84 in West Hartford, pretty much from exit 44 to 50. On Route 3, we're in pretty decent shape. 91 is busy southbound from around Main Street down through Jennings Road and then stop and go into 84. Northbound 91 okay up into 291 and 291 is moving. We have delays in Hampton on Wilbur Cross, Route 15 southbound, exit 50 to 46. And in Meriden 91 southbound, exit 19 to 17. And heads up with a crash in West Haven. 2 vehicles involved on 95 southbound between exits 43 and 42. The left lane is closed. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Cool with a passing shower or two in the afternoon tomorrow, the high temperature 53. Cloudy with a couple of showers tomorrow night, the low temperature 41. Clouds giving away some sunshine on Sunday with a high of 62. Mostly sunny on Monday, the high 66. And then more dry weather with partial sunshine Tuesday, the high once again 66. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
Making sense of it all and having fun. That's how we would sum up our show. Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. It's what happens when you take a Gen Xer, a millennial, and a baby boomer and give them a radio show.
We go through the news the same way you and your friends would, taking the serious stuff seriously while also laughing at the absurd.
Each one of us brings a unique perspective to the news of the day, closing the generation gap in a way no other talk show can. Hear Mark Lee, Van Camp, and Robbins weeknights 6 until 9 on WTIC News Talk 1080.
This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
4 o'clock, Hartford temperature 61 degrees. I'm John Silva. WTIC 1080 News. Top U.S. diplomats are headed back to Pakistan. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
The president has decided to dispatch Special Envoy Witkoff and Jared Kushner back to Islamabad. The Iranians want to talk. They want to talk in person. And so the president is, as I've said many, many times to all of you, always willing to give diplomacy a chance. So Steve and Jared will be heading to Pakistan tomorrow to hear the Iranians out.
And Iran says it is sending its foreign minister to Islamabad as well to take part in those talks. There is a police investigation that has been underway in the town of Chaplin. So far, the details are rather sketchy. State troopers have been on the scene, the area of South Bedlam Road. There's no word yet on what they may be looking into. In Ansonia, police are investigating after they say over 3 dozen dogs and other animals were found living in squalor in a home in the city. In addition, 3 children aged 15, 5, and 2 were found in the home, along with 2 adult females. Police say they found garbage and animal waste throughout the home. The dogs were deemed healthy following an initial investigation, although they are being checked out by a veterinarian. The children were taken to the hospital for evaluation. The Ansonia building inspector, though, has condemned the home due to unsanitary and unsafe conditions, according to police. Volunteer firefighter has died in Florida after suffering a medical emergency while battling a wildfire. In the meantime, Georgia, more than 120 homes have been destroyed by the Brantley Highway 82 fire. This is Georgia Governor Brian Kemp.
We got over 800 homes that are in harm's way right now, and that's what the folks on the ground, one of the things that they're doing, are trying to protect.
More from correspondent Mark Strassman, who's in Waynesville, Georgia.
Where the fires are out of control, they are giving evacuation orders, and they need people here to heed those orders. In some cases, people listen, and of course, in some cases, people do not. And that is the worry of fire officials, is that by staying put, they're putting themselves needlessly in danger.
They're picking up the pieces in parts of Oklahoma after a tornado ripped through the city of Enid. Correspondent Jason Allen is there.
Husband and wife, brother-in-law, and neighbor, the dogs, all getting in the storm shelter. This tornado went right over the top of them, and it's a good thing they were down there because other buildings that are on this same street are just demolished.
Getting a look at the new Alzheimer's Association annual Facts and Figures report. Associate Professor of Psychiatry at UConn Health, Dr. Christina Zanis, notes there's a lot of weight on the 197,000 caregivers in state who help their loved ones who are struggling with the disease.
That care, by and large, is provided by family members, friends, and others who are giving unpaid care time to these people living with Alzheimer's disease. So we might imagine when you think about a caregiver, this is somebody that you hire coming into the house. But the reality is that paid care is extremely expensive and can be very challenging for families to implement.
Shows 7.4 million people in the U.S. have Alzheimer's, including 80,000 right here in Connecticut. On Wall Street, the Dow down 79 points, NASDAQ up 398, and the S&P up 56. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
For all station contest rules, go to WTIC.com and click contests. That's WTIC.com and click contests.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial #law
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Tune in to How to Retire with Fuchs Financial.
The main thing for the majority of the listeners out there who are approaching retirement is I don't want to be surprised.
Helping you build, preserve, and manage your wealth.
So you've got Roth IRAs, you have individual accounts. Finding the right taxable strategy, that's going to be huge for you.
Tune in to How to Retire with Ben Fuchs, Sundays at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. right here on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Reese is on the radio. Hey, hey, here we go now. He's on the radio. Hey, hey, one time, hey. He's on the radio. Hey, hey, give it to him now. He's on the radio. Hey, yo, we never finish 'cause the party don't stop. Hey, the way we consider the politics, we on top. Hey, we flip it like sandals, except we never flop. Hey, and when we drop, you know we gon' pop. Reese is on the radio. Hey, here we go now. Reese is on the radio. Hey, one time, come on. Reese is on the radio. Hey, give it to him now. Reese is on the radio.
All right. This is the second half of the Reese on the Radio program. If you're just joining us on the program today, we have mentalist Brian Imbus, and then later on in the program, we have Jennifer Artisani from the House of Hope Incorporated. They will be here as our guests, and we'll talk about a whole bunch of other news and views, especially about how communism and socialism is embedded inside of Connecticut politics, even all the way down to the governor's office. And let me just put it this way, okay? And it's the best way to describe it. You want to go grab him? That's not the guest. Okay, my bad. Yeah, the guest is there. The way that it's embedded in government today and in the highest sort of office, at least in Connecticut, the governor's office, Matt Broekman, who is the current chief of staff to Governor Lamont, his wife is Lindsay Farrell. And Lindsay Farrell is a senior political strategist and the former executive director for the Working Families Party in Connecticut. That's who she is, at least according to all published reports. And this is coming from news outlets like the Connecticut Mirror and the Connecticut News. So if there ever is a question of whether or not these policies or these ideas are here, you know, we have the receipts, and we're going to go through them later on in the program. So stand by for that. But when we come back, we've got Brian Imbus, who is going to be here, and we're going to have Rozan take a lie detector test, and he is going to be the apparatus that helps us do that. God bless you, my dear. God bless you. Get it out now. We're going to find out the truth. We'll return. Let's get a check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher's out, so we've got Tom O'Hanlon filling in. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Tom.
I'm Tom O'Hanlon from the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. On the westbound side of 84, that's pretty heavy before you get to Main Street. Feeding all the way across the river into Hartford, you have a lot of traffic. On the eastbound side of 84 through West Hartford, you have traffic building there, and then by the time you're getting into Parkville, that is going to be the slowest spot there. If you're heading down 91, we have steady traffic from Windsor down into 84, but going up 91, we're good to 291, which is moving. On Route 2, that's pretty heavy up into 84. Route 3 is in decent shape. We're also looking at Wilbur Cross, moving along with just some slowdowns here and there, such as in Hamden on the southbound side between exit 50 and 46. Otherwise, 91 is getting the job done between Hartford and New Haven, but we have a crash in West Haven. 95 southbound between exits 43 and 42. The left lane is blocked. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
A bright, sunny afternoon out there. Lots of sunshine, the high temperature 62. Mainly clear overnight, the low 37. It'll be partly sunny tomorrow. A passing shower in the afternoon, the high temperature 53. A couple of showers tomorrow night, down to 41. Clouds giving way to some sunshine on your Sunday, the high 62. And we have a stretch of high pressure and dry weather Monday and Tuesday. The high temperature each day 66 degrees, plenty of sunshine Monday, and partial sunshine on Tuesday. Right now it's 59 in Glastonbury, 57 in Mansfield, and 60 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
Make your money work harder for your future. Catch Johnson Brunetti's Money Wisdom tomorrow morning at 8:30 for essential retirement tips. Only on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Join us this Sunday for Tumalo Financial, your go-to for retirement planning and taxes. Tune in to the father-son duo from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or catch replay from 5 to 6 p.m. Tumalo Financial, retirement planning with integrity on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Put those shovels away because spring is finally upon us. Hi, Dave Berger from Modern Plumbing Supply. Everyone knows that spring is the time for rebirth, renewal, and new beginnings. So what better way to welcome in spring than to give your old bathroom and kitchen a fresh start, a new beginning? Visit Modern Plumbing Showroom today on the Berlin Turnpike in Berlin. See the latest trends, colors, and styles, and spring into a rebirth for your kitchen and bath.
Great design with you in mind. Modern Plumbing Supply.
The reason many of us hate insurance companies is because some of them act like bullies. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been dealing with these creatures my whole career. Whether it's a workers' comp claim, an auto accident, or a nursing home or medical mishap, the playbook is often the same: deny and delay. We became the largest injury firm in America for a reason. We fight the bullies. They know who we are, and I know it makes a difference for our clients. Just go to forthepeople.com and see our results and our verdicts after those bullies gave us their final offer. Hiring the wrong firm can be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. It's easy to get going. Visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer, or call us on your cell at Pound Law, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. forthepeople.com.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Growing a brand is hard, but reaching the right customers shouldn't be. Meet Outcomes from Viant. We've built an intelligent platform that handles the complexity of digital advertising for you. Powered by advanced AI, we help your brand show up in the right places at the right time and ensure that every dollar you spend leads to a real business result. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
All right, we're back. Reese on the radio is here. Rozan on the radio is here. You probably will notice if you're watching on screen, it's like, well, that looks weird. That's because we have our guest here, and that is Brian Imbus, the mentalist, if you will. But he is not solving crimes. Let's make sure my mic is right. Is your mic on? Hello? No, it is not. What is going on with the microphone here? There may be a problem. Hold on. How about now? There he goes. Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there you go.
All good.
So, Brian, we got a chance to meet you. We got a chance to see your show at the Mark Twain House, at the museum, if you will, in the auditorium. And then we got the chance to talk to you after, Rozan and I. We had a long conversation. I think we took up a lot of your time there. We had a lot of questions
now
for
I'm
you.
not on.
Now you are.
He looked very tired. Like, I'm assuming that takes a lot out of you because you looked like you were ready to sit down and just like exhale.
It does. There's certainly a lot of thoughts going through my mind throughout the show, and a lot of different ways the show can go. So absolutely, it certainly takes a lot out of me.
Was this something that you knew very young in your life, that you could detect things the way that you do? Because as a mentalist works, what you're doing is you're actually picking up cues from the individual you are observing.
That's a great way to put it. There's a number of skills that I use when I read somebody's mind.
Okay.
The skills that I use are learned skills.
Okay.
So I don't claim to be a psychic.
Okay.
I don't talk to dead people.
Right.
I don't do that. That's not me, all right?
Right.
So essentially what I do is I blur the line between reality, okay, and magic. and I leave it up to the audience to decipher what's real and what's not.
Okay.
So, I get asked that question quite a bit after shows, and usually it's a pregnant woman that comes up to me after the show, and they say, "Can you tell me what sex my baby is going to be?" And I'm like, "Okay, well," and I'll make it a dramatic gesture, and I'll say, "Yeah, definitely a boy." I mean, I have a 50-50 shot. So.
Right, exactly. If you get it right, then you're a genius,
I
right?
think the best answer nowadays would be, it will let you know when it's 14.
Absolutely. This
Nice.
is true.
I couldn't help it.
Nice. So, okay, but I don't know if you're answering my question.
Okay,
Is
I
it a
will.
learned? No, you said it's something that you do learn, but
Yes.
how do you know that you're good at it? Or can anyone be good at it if you're patient? That's maybe a better question.
Well, as I said, I believe it's a learned process.
Okay.
And the advantage that I have in the show is that I have done these demonstrations thousands of times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I've learned over the almost 25 years of professionally doing this, and that's after the 10 or so years of behind the scenes practice, right?
Right.
I find that we as humans, we display similar emotions and similar responses. So once I figure out what type of person you are, I can kind of put you in that category and look for the subtle responses that gives me information, okay?
Gotcha.
So I compare it to like playing poker with a group of friends, okay? So you kind of know the people that you're playing with, and you're looking for subtleties for them to veer off that subtle behavior on what their normal response is. Because here's the thing, as a human, we're born to not feel comfortable lying, okay? We're wired that way. That's why we have what we call tells.
I want to expand on that, but go ahead.
Absolutely. And, no matter how hard you try not to lie, there's going to be something that I think can be picked up on, very subtle, that can give you information.
Okay.
And once you start to learn how to pay attention to the right things, then you can play with that and understand what you can do with it. So the one skill is being able to read somebody's body language. The other skill is to maybe influence you to maybe think of a certain thing that I want you to. We call that a force.
Okay.
So maybe I'll use different words. I will stress the importance of a specific word that you may subtly pick up on without even knowing it, and that'll kind of make you think that way. Like, for instance, if I were to ask you to think of a color in your mind, perhaps red or blue. So right away, when I say that, you're going to veer away from those two colors, right? And then we go to green. And then once depending on the type of person you are, if it's a male, typically it's going to be green or black. Okay. Female, it's going to be yellow or pink. All right. Now,
I thought orange.
Yeah.
So was I.
Yeah. So the thing is everyone's so completely different, right? So that's an example of using reverse psychology, right?
Right.
So there's no way you're going to choose red or blue.
Right.
And anything that I mention. Now, if I give a little extra maybe enunciation to a specific word, like if I were to say, okay, think any of the following colors, red, blue, yellow, or orange. So there was one that was, and if I say it in a specific way, in what we call a swish pattern, more than likely I'll be able to influence the right person. Depends on the person I'm working with. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with you is going to be different than what I do with you, Rozan.
But you make a very good point that I'm realizing in all of this.
Yeah.
Two things that I find fascinating in this, and I'm only putting it in a sort of a political bent on it, but I want to say for the benefit of humanity.
Sure.
What you are really sort of embarking on me, or sort of giving me this interesting point of view is that your job is to recognize that we all have these similar traits in us as human beings. We're not all that dissimilar. The thing that you said that really triggered that in my head was about our reactions to having to lie. It is not a natural behavior. And we all have a tell because it is something innate in us that says our body responds to it because it's wrong. That is an interesting dynamic in all of us.
You know, the scientific way to present that is we have two different parts of the mind. We have our conscious mind, right?
Yeah.
So I'm also a hypnotist.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of what I do, or Rozan doesn't even know, she's already hypnotized, right? So
Yes.
So some of the skills that I've learned from hypnosis, I also use in my mentalism show. Okay. So very simply, we have two different parts of the mind. We have our conscious mind, which is our rational thinking part of the mind, right? So Reese, if I were to say, when I click my fingers, you're going to feel like you're on vacation on a beach, relaxing. 1, 2, 3. Well, you're consciously saying, no, that's not happening,
He'll
Brian.
be mad.
However, if I were to condition you before that and bring you into the state of hypnosis by taking your conscious mind out of the equation, right? And now I'm speaking to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind can't think for itself. So a hypnotist gives suggestions, right? Instructions to the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind doesn't think for itself. It only has feelings. So when it responds by reacting as if this is a true statement. That's why when you see people that are hypnotized on stage reacting to some of the suggestions that the hypnotist is giving, that they're responding as if they're in this dream and it's real to them. I'll do a bit in my hypnosis show where I'll make myself invisible. I'll do different body parts, right? So the first thing I'll do is when I count to 3, you're going to think my right arm is gone. And the audience can see the reaction of the people on stage, and you can't fake that reaction, right? So they react as like, whoa, like it's gone. And I'll make my entire body disappear, and then I'll make the microphone stand float, and I'll take somebody's shoe and I'll make it float, and they're just going. And then I reappear different parts of my body back. So again, what their subconscious mind is telling them is the instructions I'm giving as me being invisible. It's real to them. They're experiencing that with all of their senses, with their sight. They're seeing those things disappear because the subconscious mind is telling them that.
Is there any, by the way, if you're just joining us, we're here with Brian Imbus, the mentalist, who is touring here. Are you at Mark Twain again? This time around, where are you performing?
I am doing a private show tonight at Avon Old Farms.
Oh, okay.
I love that place.
Yeah, so do I.
But I'm going to be back at Mark Twain next March.
Next March?
So we're working
Okay.
on the date for next March.
That's like next year.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you need to come back sooner. You got to get.
Listen, man. I'm booking like 2 years out, so that's actually probably not really that far ahead in the schedule. But we'll talk again before that. Yeah.
So
Well,
I do have a question.
Go ahead. Sure.
So I know that this is learned behavior, right, or a learned skill. Do you believe that there are some people? Some people are really gifted in math and science and engineering, and other people are more gifted in art and literary ventures. Do you think there's a degree of this that you're kind of born with what's the word I'm looking for? Like a
I can see where you're leading this to. Okay. Brian, do you believe in psychics?
No, I think it's you have an ability to, based on training and studying and practicing, to grow a skill set, playing the piano or the violin, and
Absolutely.
other people, or dancing, right? I, for example, there's no amount of dance class that is going to make me rhythmically sound. It's just not, it's not the way I was made, right? So do you think that this is a skill set or a gift that you were born with, that you've been blessed with the ability to grow with your practice and training and studying?
I would say I'm very intuitive.
Okay.
And I learned early on as a kid. I'll kind of backtrack to give you, my background. So I grew up doing magic.
Okay.
I grew up doing close-up magic as a kid. And what I loved about close-up magic, it's right there in your hands. And it's right in your face. And my favorite type of magic. So when I got to I would do shows more of like close-up shows for corporate events and birthday parties and stuff. This is when I was, 13, 14 years old.
Wow.
And the issue with close-up magic, well, it's not an issue, but I wanted to be able to do something on stage, big for large audiences.
Yeah.
Well, close-up magic, if you're on stage, you need a camera, and then you're looking at the screen. So essentially, you're watching a video.
Right.
So I thought to myself, I want to be able to create a show where I can walk on stage with nothing. There's no magical boxes. There's no bunnies and hats and smoke and mirrors. And no offense to illusionists or magicians. I have a deep respect for them, and I love magic. But I wanted to do something where I could walk on stage and create magic just out of utilizing the power of the mind. So something that would play to 10 people or to 10,000 people. The largest audience I've ever performed for was 6,500 people.
Wow.
And it plays in that audience because the thing is there, there's no gimmicks.
Yeah.
So it's essentially, I use everyday objects that we would utilize just in conversation. And what the audience is seeing is the reaction of the person on stage. That is the magic.
It's so,
right?
It's so funny that you say that because I walked into that thing a skeptic. I still walked out a skeptic. However, I got what you do and why the large audience is important.
Yeah.
And the large audience is, and you mentioned in the opening of your act, you said there are, I think you said 3 kind of people who watch your show.
Yep.
And the 3 people are, I can't remember.
Skeptics
I only knew one, and that was me, the skeptic.
Sitting like
but what were
this
the
or
other
like
2?
this?
What are the other 2 people?
So there's 3. There's typically, and this holds to be true in every audience I perform for, whether it be 100 people or 1,000. So 25% of the audience will fit into a category to where they're just scared to death of me.
Right.
They refuse to look at me deep in the eyes.
These are called black audiences. They don't like magic, man. They don't. They're scared to death of it.
You like magic.
and then you have 25% that fit in the category number 2. Those are the believers.
Right.
Okay. So the believers are, they watch the Long Island Medium on TV and they believe in psychics. They believe it's possible.
I feel so called out right now.
And listen, I pass no judgment on any of these 3 categories. The 3rd category is the largest portion, the skeptics.
Yes.
Right. And I have an appreciation for the skeptics because I'm a skeptic as well. Okay. And I'm going to answer your question, Rozan. So again, back to what my growing up, I wanted to be able to do something that would play to large audiences. Well, I found early on when I would do magic, and maybe I would sit and play poker with people, I recognized certain things that it was very easy for me to pick up a tell, right? And I kind of understood what looking to your upper left or right means, looking down to your lower left or right, tension in muscles, a change in hand position, all of these things that I guess so to answer your question, as far as being born with the skill of being very perceptive of people is probably one of the skills that conveniently become very important in what I do. Now, having that core skill and expanding upon that, and again, I think the number one thing and way to be able to utilize the skills that I do in real world situations is essentially just repetitiveness. So I've had the advantage of performing and doing these things in front of hundreds of thousands of people. So you start to pick up on things and similarities in people. You have a type A personality. You have a skeptic. You have someone who might believe. I
got to cut you off only because we have to go to a hard break. But
good.
You said something about the largest audience, the skeptic. When during his show, Brian said, "You're probably sitting there with your arms folded," and sure enough, I was sitting there with my arms
And then
folded.
he says, "Well, now you're like this."
Yes, and I'm like, then I was doing that. We got to take a break. We'll be back more with Brian Imbus when we return. We'll talk more about what he's doing, where he's going to be, and we'll see if he can hypnotize Rozan into liking cooking and cleaning. Mark Christopher is out. We've got Tom O'Hanlon. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center.
I'm Tom O'Hanlon from the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. 84 westbound is heavy before you get to Main Street and continuing across the river into Hartford, and then also on Route 2. That's feeding a lot of traffic up there from Wilbur Cross up into westbound 84. On 84 eastbound to West Hartford, we're busy, exit 44 to 50. Route 3 has just the usual traffic. 91 is slow on the southbound side from Main Street down through Jennings Road, and then more stop and go getting into 84. Northbound 91, we're okay up into 291, and in Hamden, still slow in Wilbur Cross, Route 15 on the southbound side from exit 50 to 46. Otherwise, 91's okay both ways between Hartford and New Haven, and in West Haven, looks like they've gotten that crash off to the side. That was between between exits 43 and 42. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. WTIC News Talk 1080.
Brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
WTIC weather.
Following an afternoon with plenty of sunshine, a mainly clear sky overnight with a low temperature of 37. Clouds roll back in here tomorrow with a passing shower in the afternoon, the high 53. Cloudy with a couple of showers tomorrow night down to 41 degrees. Those clouds will give way to some sunshine on Sunday, the high 62, and a mostly sunny sky on Monday up to 66. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
And now, a WTIC news update.
It's 4:30. Good afternoon. I'm John Silva. WTIC 1080 News. A Cheshire High School student who was detained by ICE earlier this month is now home. The 19-year-old, known only as Rehan, was released on bond this week after spending 2 weeks locked up. His family moved here under humanitarian parole after his father served as a translator for the U.S. military in Afghanistan. Ziha was detained last summer and released in October. The family's attorney says they are here legally. Police are charging a 19-year-old man with intentionally driving into a crowd earlier this month. Braden Chance is facing charges. Police say a fight erupted at a Crown Street night spot. A little while later, police say Chance allegedly struck a car and a woman. He turned himself in on Thursday. Another water main break, this one in Thomaston. Crews have been at the scene at Waterbury Road, which was closed in both directions at West Hill and Carter Roads. Waterbury spokeswoman says the 42-inch main was breached at an intersection in Thomaston. The city of Waterbury maintains that line, so they're supervising the repairs. President Trump is sending his envoys, Steve Witkoff and son-in-law Jared Kushner, to Pakistan to meet with Iran's foreign minister as officials push to revive the ceasefire talks. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt told Fox the two would meet the Iranian foreign minister on Saturday. Officials say a volunteer firefighter has died battling a wildfire in Florida, while two large fires in Georgia have destroyed more than 120 homes. Sheriff's office in Nassau County, Florida, says the volunteer firefighter died Thursday after suffering an unspecified medical emergency. And the Justice Department has ended its investigation into Fed Chair Jerome Powell, clearing a major roadblock to the confirmation of Kevin Warsh as his successor. D.C. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro said on X today her office was ending the probe into the Fed's extensive building renovations because the Inspector General would scrutinize them instead. Dow finished down 79 points today. The Nasdaq gained nearly 400 and the S&P was up 56. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Ned Lamont and the Hartford Clowns have a problem telling the truth. Here's Ned.
And we're trying to make life a little less expensive for working families in the middle class.
Talk is cheap, Ned, but you know what's not? Our electric bills. Aaron Stewart is the no BS candidate for governor. Aaron knows that 1, Connecticut exports a third of the energy we generate, while we pay the highest prices in New England. That's BS. 2, the Hartford Clowns put a hidden tax on your bill, the public benefits charge. Complete BS. And 3, Ned wants electric leaf blowers instead of gas, so he's importing hydropower from Canada. Really? Canada? Total BS.
And we're trying to make life a little less expensive.
I'm Aaron Stewart. I'm running for governor because it's time for something different, like cutting the BS. Only Hartford would ship out the energy we make and ship in expensive Canadian energy. Join me at Aaron4CT.com. I approve this message.
Paid for by Aaron for Connecticut, Valerie Marino, Treasurer.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
Stay locked in. Reese on the radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Now, of course, I wasn't even ready. I should totally be ready.
We
here.
are completely just fascinated
Yeah,
with the...
Brian Imbus is here. And
Listen,
he's
go to BrianImbus.com. BRIAN as in November, IM as in Mike, BUS.com. BrianImbus.com.
And he is our guest today. And Brian, what I do usually here during the 4:30 break is we do something we call the stupidest thing I've read today.
Love it.
Yes, you do. Stupid as can be. This could very well be the stupidest person on the face of the earth.
You know, Brian is here talking about, screwing with the mind. But this has got to be the biggest and most evil mind screw ever. This story sounds like it came straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it is real, and it really happened, and people are talking about it, and it happened in China. A grieving family created a fully functional AI video clone of their deceased son so that his 80-year-old mother could keep talking to him every single day. Last year, a man in Shandong province was killed in a road accident. He was his elderly mother's only child. The family made the heartbreaking decision that they would not tell her. She's in her 80s, she has a heart condition, and they feared that the shock would be too much for her. So they turned to AI. They hired Zhang Zhui, an AI engineer based in a neighboring town, and they gave him old photos and videos and voice recordings of the son. The result? A digital doppelganger. The video version looks just like him, sounds like him, and even copies his little habits, like leaning forward when he speaks. The mother believes her son is simply moved so far away from work that he is too busy to visit, so she sets up a video call with him every day that she speaks to him. Wow. The mother says that you should call me more often so that I know that you are alive and well, and not just in another city. I'm missing you so much. I feel so sorry that I cannot see you in person. And this story went viral in China, and it's got people going back and forth, divided on this about whether or not that's a good thing to do. You're already crying. I didn't mean. The reason why I'm calling it the stupidest thing in the world is because, I almost feel like that's cruel.
I need a tissue.
You do? Really? Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I'm just thinking how would I feel as a mom, What if, oh my gosh.
By the way, do you have something in your website for this? She cries at commercials, too. All I have to do is tell this story, and I didn't expect this. AI generated.
Because the boy is so far away. I haven't been able to hug my baby boy.
Oh, I should have known better than to do this story.
Thanks a lot.
I totally need Brian Imbus now, too. Maybe I can. Does your website teach me how to make better decisions with my wife? Does that there? Let's get another check.
Absolutely.
Let's get another check of traffic and weather. Mark Christopher's out, so we've got Tom O'Hanlon. He is filling in. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center.
I'm Tom O'Hanlon from the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. 84 westbound is still heavy as you're getting into Main Street and continuing across the river into Hartford. On Route 2, it's feeding a lot of traffic up from Wilbur Cross into westbound 84. And eastbound 84 also loaded up through West Hartford between exit 44 and 50. On Route 3, we're pretty good. 91 is slow in the southbound side. From Windsor down to 84, northbound 91, we're okay. In Hamden, delays on Wilbur Cross, Route 15, southbound exit 50 to 46 with traffic volume. But otherwise, up and down 91 between Hartford and New Haven, we're pretty good. Southbound 95 through New Haven to West Haven, it's busy. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
We've got a good deal of sunshine out there, and that's the way it's going to be for the rest of the afternoon with a high temperature of 62 degrees. Once we get into tonight, we will have a clear sky with a low temperature of 37. A bit cooler on your Saturday with a passing shower or two in the afternoon. The high temperature only up to 53. A couple of showers tomorrow night with a cloudy sky down to 41. Clouds giving way to some sun on Sunday up to 62. And then Monday and Tuesday with high pressure building in, plenty of sunshine on Monday up to 66, and the same high temperature on Tuesday with a mix of sun and clouds. Right now it's 57 in Granby, 61 in Waterbury, and 61 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
Make your money work harder for your future. Catch Johnson Brunetti's Money Wisdom tomorrow morning at 8:30 for essential retirement tips. Only on WTIC News Talk 1080.
For quality vinyl siding, the Peter L. Brown Company is your best choice. Let us show you the difference a beautifully installed Peter L. Brown vinyl siding job can make. Please visit peterlbrown.com for roofing, siding, windows, and doors.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Each week, Attorney Allaire shares expert tips to help you plan for the future and navigate the complexities of elder law.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new Energy Refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New Energy Refreshers, only at Starbucks.
It's Sarah Samuels, co-host of Retirement Income Source, heard Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. and again at 12:30 p.m. In retirement, you know it's all about the income, and that's real income generated from interest and dividends. Each week, David Scranton and I discuss ways you can help maximize income generation in your retirement strategy so you can make the most of your golden years. Tune in to the Retirement Income Source Sundays at 9:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m.
Retirement Income Source with David Scranton is a paid program.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
I should have just kept the darn thing on. There it goes. I put us in commercial break. But anyway, we're back. Reese on the radio, Rozan on the radio. We're here with Brian Imbus, the mentalist, who's our guest today, and we're behind the scenes talking about that story with the poor Chinese woman, 80-year-old.
Brian fixed me. I'm okay.
It was a simple click of the finger.
You were talking behind the scenes as we were saying about that. It's like, you mentioned, what if this woman had been seeing a psychic, and then there was a news report that exposed her for being phony? Would you reveal to the mother then, the 80-year-old, that it was all, fake and phony and she had been taken advantage of all this time? Would you destroy the fantasy that she had sort of been led to believe? Would you do that? And that's a difficult place to be.
That's tough.
Is that the reason why you don't fool with the whole psychic thing?
That's exactly why. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's, because you think of both sides and an argument could be made for both. That's tough. Do you allow them to continue to believe that and not give or is it going to be worse if for some reason they find out? What are they going to feel then? So it's
the type of thing where you're hoping that this 80-year-old mother does not use the internet.
I know. It's like you want her to die before. Right. Like, it's so sad. Like, nobody ever give her an iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. Grandma only can be contacted through landline.
Yeah.
Well, when she does pass, she's definitely going to come back and haunt the people that came up with this idea. That is for certain.
Talk to me. There was something about this that I always thought was fascinating, and because I live in the political world, and I also live in a world that is sort of divided by, like race and culture and all these things, and I have always been captured by the human condition. That is a huge part of what you do.
100%.
And you see thousands of people, all walks of life. So, in your daily life and especially during your shows. And when you bring people up on stage, the most important factor about what you do is that they are random. You have never met them. It is your first exchange with them. And what you are about to have them experience and have the audience experience is how what they do is similar to what we all do. That you can pick out anybody in a crowd, anywhere in the world, and you can put them up on stage and you can detect whatever that pantomime is, as they refer to it, that you can find if they're lying, if they're telling the truth, if there is something that they are, favoring or against in that moment, which in essence sort of says to a guy like me, we are not dissimilar. That for me, I know that people all, they talk about the whole mysticism of it and the whole 9 yards. For me, I watched that show saying to myself, how fantastic is it that we're not different? No matter what our race, no matter where we're from, no matter what our backgrounds are, we still have the human condition to, give a tell when we lie. That we all, like, no matter where we're brought up from, no matter how rich or how poor, there's something that we give away. Is that wild?
100%. Yeah, it's exactly how you explain that perfectly.
Okay. I can't tell when a person's lying.
But that's okay, because what I'm saying here is that what Brian does is he can grab anybody because he's so good at this.
Right.
He can grab anybody anywhere, and we all do the same thing or some version of it.
There's a level of perception, like you were saying. There are things that you have learned to hone in. Like your skill set is so finely crafted that you're able to say, that's a tell. I remember you saying that you could see the pupils dilate. And
yeah, that was wild.
I'm sitting here going, my kid lies to me all the time. I'm certain of it. But I can't tell when he's lying. Like, what is wrong with me? Is it because I'm too trusting? Is it because I failed to nurture that part of myself? Like, what?
Is that ever fascinating to you, by the way? That so many people have that same, like, you have not been able to find someone who has been able to beat that sort of human lie detector that you have.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I get things wrong during the show, and I don't recall if I missed. I'm certain I missed on a couple of things in the show, and I don't mind that because it kind of it shows the legitimacy of what I'm doing, because I don't want to miss.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it sometimes you get it wrong, and that's okay. But the key is, in fact, you hit on something before that I take great pride in my show, is I never use plants. I don't use stooges. I don't use devices to accomplish the things that you see on stage. And it's always funny when you have someone, usually it's a skeptic that comes up to me after the show, and they'll kind of pull me to the side and look around, make sure nobody's around. They'll say, hey, Brian, that one thing you did, I know how you did that.
Yeah.
And it's always a guy, and it's always a skeptic.
Yeah.
I call those people the figure outers.
Yeah.
They have to know.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm that guy, by the way. I just am.
And they're typically very mechanically inclined. They love to tinker with stuff, and they kind of just have to know how things work.
Yeah.
And I have a deep appreciation for that, right? But what I have even more of an appreciation is the explanation that they give me on how I do the things.
Right.
I love that.
Is that wild? Because
it's so funny because they're never right.
Yeah.
Right.
Are they? How far off the beaten path are they? Really?
Way far off. It's I mean, it's crazy. I can tell you this, a corporate event I did a few months back, this gentleman came up to me afterwards, and he did kind of the same thing. He's like, yeah, I know how you did that one thing. I said, oh, yeah. I said, well, keep it between you and I, but just out of curiosity, what do you think? And I think it was the one that when I'm blindfolded and I'm reading the minds of the audience. So he said, you have someone that comes with you and travels with you. And when everyone walks in the room, there's an app that they use They're a plant in the audience, and nobody knows that they're part of the show. And they use a facial recognition app that brings up all the information on each person, and they whisper the information to you in an earpiece as you're blindfolded on stage. Well, I'm like, man, that's an interesting way to look at that.
That's a little elaborate.
Well, number one, I don't travel with anyone. I don't use someone to help me with these things, and I don't have an earpiece in my ear.
I did check you for one, though.
Yeah,
during the whole time you were on stage, I was checking you for one. I'm telling you, the whole time I was going like this. I was like, he's in cahoots. What's the young lady's name that gave us the tour? She was the one that was pretty much was the woman.
Mallory.
Mallory, yes, Mallory.
Yeah.
Why am I forgetting Mallory's name?
So
yes, Mallory. I thought that she was
in on it.
I thought she was in on it for a little while. I was like, Mallory's in on this.
So I did actually have a question before you cut me off.
My apologies,
That's
sweetheart.
okay. So back to my inability to tell when someone's lying. How do you, like, from your perspective, like knowing you can look at a person and just see from a shift in their breathing or a shift in their pupils, or how do you view someone like me who is just duped by everybody? Like, I see people who just follow blatant lies or just spewing blatant stupidity, and I'm like, oh my God, this needs to be fixed. So do you have some sort of frustration with that, or is it fascinating to you? Is it like an oddity?
No, I would, I'm fascinated in just the way the mind processes a thought, right? And the body language is just something that tells us what we're thinking, right? So, having said what you said, I don't walk around like Mel Gibson on What Women Want and hear voices, right?
Right.
So to do something with someone, do a demonstration, I have to spend at least a few seconds at least just to kind of right away understand a little bit about that person. And then I can extrapolate on that from the information that I have already. So to answer your question about not being able to read someone's lie, I don't know if I believe that. I think that's a narrative you've been telling yourself that you're not able to do, and your subconscious mind believes it. But I think with you, clearly you're an emotional person, right? So
what gave it away?
So I believe that you consciously maybe don't know when somebody's lying to you, but you can feel it. And maybe sometimes when you're feeling that, rolling with your intuition and following that with your conscious mind will give you the ability to maybe understand that a little bit more about other people.
So I'm logicking my way out of the intuition.
Yes, I believe. Yeah, I think you're. You're negating the power that you probably already have and refusing to accept that you have it.
Got it.
He just brainwashed you. Anyway,
I am hypnotized. I don't want to smoke anymore.
You had said something a lot of times about this. You had done your show at a comedy store. In our conversation, the first time we met, you said that you go to comedy shows and you do this, and you said that this was actually met with some, I guess, with some issues when you would go. Tell me a little bit about that and why you chose, because you said you chose to do the comedy shows, and comedians were not very happy with you doing that. Right. Why did you do it, even though that you would get that reaction?
So I think the question that you had for me before I brought this up was, how do you practice this stuff?
Yes.
Because I can't work out stuff with family or friends, okay? Because they have what we call a biased response, right? So they already know me, and I'm not going to get a true response from somebody I know.
Right.
So if I'm coming up with a new idea, I can't sit home and practice it in front of a mirror. I can't practice it with people I know. So what I'll do is I'll go to open mic nights at comedy clubs, right? And I can't answer the question as to why comedians hate that, but
they don't like it.
No, not at all. I'm not certain why. It's not like I'm stepping on their toes. I'm doing something completely different. And the reason I choose comedy clubs as open mic nights is you're really going to get an unbiased response. Okay. They're going to let you know what. So if
they love it. They love it. If they hate it, they will definitely.
If a mentalist can follow a comedian that just has everyone just laughing their butts off for 10 minutes, if I can come up after that and get a reaction, a positive reaction, I know that I'm onto something. But yeah, I can't answer the question as to why the comedians frown upon that. Maybe we should get one in here and,
I mean, I will definitely ask, because I've got a couple of comedians that I will ask, because I would, we talked about a guy that I knew was sort of in this space, the amazing Jonathan. Which is a guy I grew up with. I thought he was funny. I thought he was off the beaten path.
We would call him a comic magician.
Exactly. Exactly. A comic magician. But I grew up with him in the 80s and the 90s, and I thought he was, then he just disappeared.
He got pretty sick.
I just realized what I did there. That was totally not intended.
I think he got his health was pretty bad for a while. He had some sort of condition. I can't remember what it was, but he was out of the spotlight because of that for a while. And he passed away, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah,
it's been a bit.
Shows you how much I'm in that space, because I love
he's fantastic.
Fantastic work.
He's very good.
You had one of the things that I immediately recognized from you was that sort of, what he used to do. But of course, very, very comedy based, but you have a very sort of subtle approach to humor. People laugh and I think they're more amazed than they are finding you funny, but you blend that very well. But in watching you do this and then knowing that you're doing it on a comedy stage, because it changes the tone of the room is what's going on. So you have to sort of work that in so many ways. I have to ask you this because of it, because it's been driving me nuts for the longest. And I meant to ask you the day I met you. Is it easier to tell when someone has had a few? No. Okay. That's interesting.
Now a few meaning
they're drinking that night. They're at the 2-drink minimum at this point.
They still have their faculties.
Yeah. Not drag out drunk, but they've had a few. Because I'm wondering if a condition alters itself there where the tell makes it more difficult. Because when you're looking at somebody, you said you did say during your act, like, you will check if a person's eyes dilate. Which again, I'm trying to go, am I close enough to a person that they can tell that? Are you close enough to them that you can see that?
For sure. It's pretty bright on stage. You're able to see. And that's just one of the, so here's a number of things that I look for. The eyes are the first thing.
Really? Okay.
So when people try to tell a lie, they will stare directly at you and they won't move.
Really?
Right?
Okay.
Now, when we talk to someone, we're looking around and we're talking, some people are hand talkers, some people are eye talkers. Now, eye talkers are people who, they're always kind of looking around and never really holding, connection with you as far as eye contact. So if someone's staring at me like this when they're, and even for an extra split second, I know they're probably telling a fib. Now, if you look to your upper right or left, depending on your dominant hand, this is important.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'm loving all of this.
You're searching for a thought that exists. Okay. So if I ask you to picture a large gray elephant, right? So, see, so you're right-handed, right? So, you look to your upper right, and you're searching. So you're searching for a thought that currently exists, and that's an example of something that we all probably could picture. Even though many of us don't categorize ourselves as thinking in pictures, we all do. That's why when you see somebody that you first met, you shake their hand, they tell you their name. 10 seconds later, in your mind, you're like, shoot, what the heck was her name again?
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure out different ways on how to find it out. Well, the reason for that is we think in pictures. So that's why we never forget a face. We see that same person a year later. We remember them, but we're never gonna remember
it's
the name.
So true. I will sooner remember a face. Oh, man.
And here, I'm going to give you a real-world tip for you and your audience on how to remember somebody's name. This is super easy, okay? So let's say we first meet.
Wait a minute. Is this going to take longer than 10 seconds?
Yes.
Because I'm going to need more time for you. I got to go to a hard break here.
All good.
Let's get to the BPS Traffic Center. Mark Christopher's out, so we've got Tom O'Hanlon, Rozan's favorite traffic caster. Nothing against Mark. He is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. We're back with Brian Imbus when we get back.
I'm Tom O'Hanlon from the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Westbound on 84 after Main Street, you're looking at all the people backed up there trying to cross the river. It'll be slow over to Hartford, and then also going up Route 2. We have delays from Wilbur Cross up into westbound 84. Looks like a collision also being reported about halfway between Wilbur Cross and 84. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Founders Bridge is slow over to the Hartford side, and on the eastbound side of 84, that is packed through Parkville, and trying to get up into Hartford will take some time. Now, if you're going southbound on 91 from Main Street down to around 84, it's going to be slow. Moving along on Route 3, up and down between Hartford and New Haven, we're pretty good on 91, but that last quarter mile or so into New Haven on 91 will take some time because 95 is very slow on the southbound side. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Persistent high pressure means plenty of sunshine during the day and then a clear sky overnight, the low temperature 37. As a cold front approaches, partly sunny and cool with a passing shower or two in the afternoon tomorrow, the high temperature 53. Cloudy with a couple of showers tomorrow night, the low temperature 41. Clouds giving away some sunshine on Sunday with a high of 62. Mostly sunny on Monday, the high 66, and then more dry weather with partial sunshine Tuesday, the high once again 66. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
There's a lot happening in Washington and in your local neighborhood. Follow WTIC News Talk 1080 on the Odyssey app to keep up with the latest. This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
5 o'clock good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. Additional charges have been filed against the former employee of an Avon daycare who was arrested this month on sexual assault charges. John Carlos Barrios Otero is facing additional sexual assault allegations as well as aggravated sexual assault on a minor. Barrios Otero was working at Bright Paths Avon Daycare at the time the allegations were lodged. That location is set to close next month. Additional parents came forward following the initial complaint. Barrios Otero remains jailed on sexual assault charges. Officials gathered to welcome home Cheshire High School student Rehan, released from federal custody this week. The high school senior was seized by ICE and held without charges for 2 weeks after his father was held in similar fashion for 3 months last year. WTIC's Dave Mager reports.
If it can happen here in Cheshire, it truly can happen anywhere.
Town Council Chairman Peter Talbot welcomed Rehan at Town Hall. The 19-year-old is already back in school. His father, Zia, was an interpreter for American troops in Afghanistan. His family here on humanitarian parole. State Rep Liz Linehan says their family deserves better from ICE.
His family put themselves in harm's way for the betterment of America, for the safety of our soldiers. And they didn't take any of that into account when they stood outside his home and stalked him and his family.
Senator Richard Blumenthal says the Trump administration is breaking U.S. promises of safe harbor for Afghan allies. In Cheshire, Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News.
Top U.S. diplomats headed back to Pakistan. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
The president has decided to dispatch Special Envoy Witkoff and Jared Kushner back to Islamabad. The Iranians want to talk. They want to talk in person. And so the president is, as I've said many, many times to all of you, always willing to give diplomacy a chance. So Steve and Jared will be heading to Pakistan tomorrow to hear the Iranians out.
Iran's top diplomat is also headed to Pakistan to discuss peace talks with the U.S. Meantime, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says Iran is at a crossroads.
All they have to do is abandon a nuclear weapon in meaningful and verifiable ways, or instead they can watch their regime's fragile economic state collapse under the unrelenting pressure of American power.
Water main break near the Waterbury line today, a 42-inch water transmission line on Waterbury Road in the town of Thomaston. That's about a mile from the city line of Waterbury. That line, part of the Waterbury water system, Crews were working to evaluate and repair that break. No residents or businesses were expected to lose water service, although some may have a temporary drop in pressure or notice discolored water, and they're advised to run their faucets until the water runs clear. Police in Tampa have made an arrest in connection with the disappearance of 2 University of Florida grad students. Allison Keyes reports.
Joseph Maurer at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office says,
"We have a suspect in custody."
Police say the suspect is the roommate of Zamil Lamont, whose body was found on a bridge.
Those remains were positively identified to Zamil.
Police say charges against the suspect include domestic violence. Limon and Nahida Bristy vanished from campus on April 16th. No word yet on a motive. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Dow finished down 79 points today. The NASDAQ gained 398, and the S&P was up 57 points. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Northeast Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combination therapies that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and to the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956 or go to northeastmenshealth.com. That's northeastmenshealth.com. Northeast Men's Health, advanced medical science to empower male performance.
From politics to news to music to movies and anything above the sun.
And outer space and beyond, it's Reese on the radio. Damn, he's good.
Only on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
I only have a little bit of time with you, but then we got to bring in our other guest. But Brian Imbus is here. Brian Imbus is here, the mentalist. Go to brianimbus.com. That is IMBUS.com. brianimbus.com. Dana is one of our friends is saying neuro-linguistic programming. Does that mean anything to you?
NLP, absolutely. I am a master practitioner of NLP.
Ooh,
wow. Okay. Yeah, Dana is all over this. He's texting me frantically. He's got books in his library.
Yeah.
He's sending me pictures of. So he is like
powerful
absolutely
stuff, man.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely.
So he's very excited about
I use this in a lot of corporate speaking and sales seminars that I do. I teach NLP to people and how to utilize NLP to essentially influence someone's thought process.
I needed this when I was parenting.
This is now I have a new jam now. But I was fascinated by you from the start, but still a skeptic, but that's just me, and I couldn't wait to have you here. Thank you so much for...
We're going to do part 2 next year before the show at the Twain.
Absolutely.
The Twain House.
When you come back, we've got to have you back, and of course we'll have it before you show up. Melody, who was also there at the show, is a listener of the show, and she says it again. She says Brian put on a great show, and her husband was there.
That's awesome.
And we see them. We always see her and her husband always around town. They kind of do the same thing that we do every time.
Awesome.
So, but they loved the show, and I had a great time. So thank you for that, man. I really appreciate you coming in and spending a little time with us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank
it was
you
so much
so
fun.
much.
If you can get Rozan to, I'm going to use NLP to see if I can get the dishes and the housekeeping done without all.
Now,
of the
when we were
fighting.
off air, we found out who her first crush was.
Yeah, I don't know how you did that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, found out that she has this thing for chipmunks or something like that. Alvin.
I hope he's not listening.
No, trust me, he's fine. Simon and Theodore, they've got him busy somewhere.
I'm going to send him a clip of the show.
You better not. Okay. How old were you when you had this crush?
I was like 11.
Okay, nobody cares.
Look what I caused here.
Grief.
I told you not to do that. You didn't go looking up old boyfriends. I'm a very jealous man. I got lucky with this one. Don't ruin it, Brian.
My apologies, my friend.
No, I'm teasing. Anyway, again, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. When we come back, Our next guest is here, and forgive me for not having her name ready, but Brian is, blowing our minds over here. Let's get another check of traffic and weather. Mark Christopher is out, so we've got Tom O'Hanlon, who's filling in. He's at the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center.
I'm Tom O'Hanlon from the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. This report is brought to you by Whittlesea. So in 84 westbound, we're busy from around Main Street across the river into Hartford. Route 2, we've got some trouble. What's happening there is a crash involving 3 vehicles on the westbound side. Between exits 1D and 1A, the 2 left lanes are closed. Route 3 otherwise doing okay. 91 up and down, going down from Main Street to 84, it's pretty busy. And also looking at some trouble there in New Haven. We have a tractor-trailer crash on 95 on the southbound side between exit 47 and 46. The center lane is closed. Whittlesea wants your business to succeed. Whittlesea is more than an accounting firm. They're advocates for your business, delivering a robust set of solutions, including audit, tax, technology, cybersecurity, and advisory services. Learn more atwadvising.com. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
A bountiful supply of sunshine for the rest of the day with a high temperature up to 62. It'll top out at that here in the next an hour or so. Mainly clear tonight, the low temperature 37. Partly sunny, a little bit cooler, the high 53 tomorrow with a passing shower or 2 in the afternoon. A couple of showers tomorrow night with a cloudy sky down to 41. And then we have a stretch of dry weather Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. The high 62 on Sunday. The clouds will give way to some sunshine. Mostly sunny, 66 on Monday. Same on Tuesday with a little bit more in the way of cloud cover. Right now it's 59 in Farmington, 57 in Hebron, 61 degrees in Hartford. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
When it's done right, it's DeGiorgi, Connecticut's trusted partner in all things home improvement. Now offering concrete floor coatings. Purchase a floor coating project and receive a 1-month storage pod rental or $400 off. Get the DeGiorgi advantage today.
Make your money work harder for your future. Catch Johnson Brunetti's Money Wisdom tomorrow morning at 8:30 for essential retirement tips. Only on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Wisdom teeth giving you trouble? Columbia Dental's expert oral surgeons specialize in comfortable and efficient wisdom tooth removal. Open 7 days a week. Call 860-645-0111 or visit columbiadental.com.
Ned Lamont and the Hartford Clowns have a problem telling the truth. Here's Ned.
And we're trying to make life a little less expensive for working families in the middle class.
Talk is cheap, Ned, but you know what's not? Our electric bills. Aaron Stewart is the no BS candidate for governor. Aaron knows that 1, Connecticut exports a third of the energy we generate while we pay the highest prices in New England. That's BS. 2, the Hartford Clowns put a hidden tax on your bill, the public benefits charge. Complete BS. And 3, Ned wants electric leaf blowers instead of gas, so he's importing hydropower from Canada. Really? Canada? Total BS.
And we're trying to make life a little less expensive.
I'm Aaron Stewart. I'm running for governor because it's time for something different, like cutting the BS. Only Hartford would ship out the energy we make and ship in expensive Canadian energy. Join me at Aaron4CT.com. I approve this message.
Paid for by Aaron for Connecticut, Valerie Marino Treasurer.
If you're carrying a lot of credit card or personal loan debt, every month can start to feel the same. All those bills, all those due dates, all that stress. There's a solution that's designed to make it easier for you. National Debt Relief could put you on the fast track to paying off your credit card debt, personal loans, and even medical debt for less than you owe, with just one low monthly payment you can afford. And no, it's not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. It's a real, affordable debt relief program that could save you lots of money. National Debt Relief has already helped over 1 million people with their debt and has thousands of 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. So if you owe $10,000 or more, don't wait. Call 800-300-4411 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-300-4411. One call could help reduce what you owe and simplify your monthly payments. Call 800-300-4411 now to find out how much you could save.
I'm Tom O'Hanlon, and you're listening to Reese on the Radio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Mm-hmm. All right, we are back. Reese on the Radio, Rozan on the Radio is here. And now we have a new guest, Jen Artisani. Am I saying it right?
You are.
Okay. Jen Artisani.
Super good.
It is super Italian, is what it is, right?
it is.
Artisani. Who is our guest here. You are with the House of Hope. We'll talk about your private business in a little bit because I understand it's a cleaning business, right? Good. Look to your right over there. Look to your right.
We could use some of that.
That's going to be your biggest client.
I don't domestic.
Yeah.
At all.
That's why we exist.
See?
So, Jen,
throw money at the problem.
Jen Artisani, you're here. Your group is called House of Hope. And you may have to come up to the microphone a little bit. I don't know what your voice is like, but are you allowed Italian, as they say?
Sometimes.
Okay, all right. Well, you seem to have a softer voice. You may have to speak up, though. So your organization, your nonprofit, is helping children and women victims of or survivors of domestic violence.
Yep.
This is, I'm assuming, a labor of love. Was this something that a friend of yours or a family member went through that you thought that was something good for you? I know that there was WFSB did an interview with you just recently, and that's how you ended up here, literally in a lickety split.
Yeah.
Just literally going from one place to over here. Talk to me about House of Hope. What was the thing that brought it together? Why did you start this program?
Yeah, so it actually comes from a personal experience that my son and I went through.
Wow, okay.
So we were on the other side of who I'm now trying to help. We were on that side of getting help when we had first gone through it. And I think when I first went through it with my son, there's a lot of overwhelming feelings. Things are very confusing, loss of control, like she and I were just talking about. It's a lot at once. And you'd be surprised how many places try and help in that moment, with gas cards or hotel costs or bedding or clothing or whatever you need in the moment to try and fill in the gaps of what you're losing altogether.
Yeah.
And I knew through that I wanted to give back as much as possible. So 5 years ago, I started small with the business and giving back $10 to my clients who gave me donations to go back to the domestic violence victims. That's still going, but now we have House of Hope, where we take in even more donations that can go back to these families. And we do empowerment experiences, one of them being the Hugs of Hope that we had talked about earlier today.
Yeah, that's, it's an interesting thing. Rozan and I have talked to friends of ours, very close, who have had not so much domestic violence issues, but have had domestic issues. Sometimes domestic violence can be psychological.
Yes.
Indeed. And we have dealt with people who are going through that sort of psychological burden. And what we've experienced, and I think a lot of people have experienced, is that there is this fear of the victim leaving the perpetrator of said violence because of the fear of the unknown, the fear of going out there and starting over from ground zero.
Yeah.
That fear will keep them in the relationship. It's sort of the abused wife syndrome.
Yeah.
That they won't leave. Your empowerment program is in essence to build them up to say that you can go on it. You can go it alone or go, start a new life, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a no judgment place. So you don't need to be ready in the moment. But even if you're thinking of it, I just want to make a space for people to know that you can be thinking about it and still get support. I think that when people are thinking about it, they're like, oh no, now who's going to know? And I have to drop everything because the minute that they find out who's going to support me being with this person, but I'm not ready to leave.
Yeah.
So it's okay to get your options and get help and know that there's places you can go. You can start over. Let's start building, your knowledge on banking and maybe how you can get a job, build your resume. There's so many, like you said, it's more than just mental and physical. It's also financial sometimes.
Yeah.
There's so many avenues that, just from my personal experience, that leaving that situation, there's not only the fear of, one thing that a lot of people don't talk about is that those first days after leaving an abuser are dangerous for the woman and her family. I mean, dangerous, women and her children, even pets, right? It's very dangerous. So that's a huge aspect. But I think something that's really under recognized or underappreciated is the overwhelming fear, not just of the physical abuse.
what's going to happen with my children?
Mhm.
Now I have nothing. We're going to be stuck on welfare, Section 8 housing, in horrible conditions, terrible schools, and my kids are going to fall down this horrible
Dangerous
path.
neighborhoods.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, I'm uneducated. I have no work history. And then society's looking at me. I've broken my children's home. Now this is the only, their father. Now,
Wow.
There's all of these horrible things that nobody, if you've never had to leave a violent situation, that you will never think about.
Herein lies the why you stay with the devil you know kind of deal.
It's safer. And then, sadly, and I've had this conversation with my girlfriends, we're teaching our sons and daughters what their role in the future is. This is how your husband's supposed to treat you. This is how you're supposed to treat your wife. And we have this greater fear of breaking our babies' hearts by taking them away from daddy or taking them away from their school and not realizing the long-term impact that we're actually creating in our children. We are creating a cycle that they're going to perpetuate. So having an environment with other women, with other women, right, that can look at you and say, hey, this is our little network here. We've got so-and-so and this person going on interviews today. All the kids are coming to this person's house, or we're all going to do a play date. We need a community like that to help, build this strength. There's that fear of the unknown, but the bigger fear is being alone.
Yeah.
Jen, what
that was all. I mean, you said it perfectly. It comes down because every woman, nobody, it's so easy when people look in and they say, if I was in that situation, I would do this.
Yeah.
But when you're in that situation, you don't realize the cage that's being built when it's being built.
Right.
Before you know it, the keys are locked. There's 20 new locks. You don't know how to get out of any of them. And the number one thing you can coming back to is what's going to happen to my kids. And that cycle can go several routes. They could go down different cycles if you're not careful.
How difficult is it to get, because now let's say you have, survivor A and they are going through said struggle, trying to figure out, how do I get out of this situation and start something new and probably scarier? Because again, I know it's going to happen at home. This brand new territory. What is the support mechanism in your organization in House of Hope that you try to work with? I know that there's no foolproof way to get them on board, but what are some of the things that you can say right now to somebody who's might be struggling or knows somebody who might be struggling with that idea of starting something new? How does that support system work?
Yeah, I think that how we help is we remind anybody who's going through it, and if they feel like they're just trapped, this is it. This is what they have to deal with. They're going to sacrifice their safety and their happiness for the better of what they think is their kid's future and possible more safety. Is that there are so many places that are here to help. There are hotlines here to talk to you. They will not immediately call social services. They're not going to immediately ask you, what are you thinking? Why are you doing this? You need to leave tonight. They will just talk to you. And I think through talking and hearing the support, just like you said, women and women supporting each other, knowing that other kids are going through it. We have the therapists that we talk to. We have people inside of different departments who walk with you as slow as you need to go. Because the first step goes to the second, goes to the third.
And there's backsliding, and then
it's okay, and that's okay too, because you go back and then you go forward and then you go back, because the thing is that every situation is very different, and the safety inside the situation, nobody knows but the person who's in it.
That's right.
So it's very easy to tell somebody, well, just go.
Yeah.
But that person knows what's going to happen when he sees me reaching for the door, starting to gain more control over my life. No, these guys, they see you gaining control over your life, and
a little bit of courage.
To them,
suddenly,
for them, it's sort of the feeling of them no longer having control.
Do you have a network of, like, a place where women can reach out and get phone numbers and maybe safe locations? Because I see what you do is phenomenal. I mean, this is a great way to add comfort, but those initial steps, can someone go to your website?
What is the website, by the way?
So we have on my website, we have just my business website right now. The nonprofit is still working on that list. If I do get people from my business, believe it or not, some of my, some people who work with me or just come to me from the nonprofit, and we will give them our the list that we have of people who can help them. 'Cause
Okay, so you're like a resource center.
a lot of this
Okay.
needs to be dealt with by professionals.
Okay.
I think that when you're dealing with somebody, if they think that they can just help you without having the real knowledge of how to safely go about your situation, depending on what it is and what your kid's situation is, I think that you should still reach out to a professional and get help from somebody who can really help you guide your way through. Family and friends are great to vent to. They can really give you a safe place, but reach out to professionals. So that's what we do. We try and connect you with professionals that we know.
Can we, I think, and I'm almost certain, I know that these folks listen to the show. We've got a great partnership with them. Would you be interested in working with the folks at the Salvation Army?
Yes, absolutely. I want to say them in Goodwill. I mean, there's a lot of these places that.
Well, the Salvation Army, look, I can't speak for the national organization, but we deal with them every year for the holiday store. And we do donations for them, and we did record-breaking numbers this last year. Nice. But the work that Salvation Army does, from everything from human trafficking to they have the Marshall House, which helps families that have been evicted or have nowhere to go. What they do at that Marshall House alone, I am overwhelmed by. I think your organization would be a perfect fit for what they do, because they of course they help in so many different ways. People look at the tea kettle and think that's all they do. They do so much. I'm going to see if I can get you with is it Generals?
The Generals.
Yeah, the Generals. I'm going to see if I can get them hooked up with you, because to see if you can work with them and get your network to them, or get the folks that are coming to you into their network, because what they do is phenomenal. And Marshall House is just a really, really good. I can't say enough good things about them, but I would want to get the two of you together.
I will say that one thing, I'm certain that this has to be true of domestic violence shelters across the country, is there's a safety aspect to a women's shelter, a domestic violence shelter. I remember myself having to live in one on 2 separate occasions. Men are not allowed to know where the building is at all. Mm-hmm. Men cannot have the phone number. They don't even have male cops that go there. I mean, it is very. I'm getting a little teary-eyed thinking about just remembering having to go back, having to be there. That's a safety that women need, and unfortunately, that's something that the Salvation Army isn't able to provide on that level. The Salvation Army offers amazing. There's so many.
There's a lot of other resources.
But
sure.
I want women who may be listening right now that don't know that this is possible. If you're in this situation, there are phone numbers that you can call, and there are shelters close to you that you don't know is a shelter, that men cannot find you, your partner cannot find you, law enforcement cannot find you. If you need help, reach out, Rozan on the radio. I'm more than happy to help you with resources. Right. We've got Jen here with
with House of Hope.
House of Hope. Goodness, I'm so bad. Reese on the radio. Whatever we can do, to protect women and families.
And whatever you need from us, Jen, let us know. If you need the word to get out, that you need people, whatever the resource is, use us as people who can. There's a lot of people who say, there's like, we come to you, we want to be on your show, Reese, because you're reaching a broad audience, but we are nobody if we are not doing the important good that this show is about. Mm-hmm. We have fun, we have a lot of guests, we talk about politics and the whole 9 yards, but everything about this job and this show is a public service to the people who are in this great state. Regardless of all the rest of the mess, we are here to help.
I think you have a really unique opportunity too, because somebody could be driving home right now and they are driving home to they could be driving home to an exact situation right now.
Exactly.
Just hearing, I think, 2 women who have gotten out of it and who have done so much in between then and now, I think just hearing them say that it is possible, and then you guys repeating it over the speakers. It's not invasive. It's not that you don't know who they are, but that's that beam of light. Like, hey, we recognize that this is happening. We know that this is going on, and you're not alone. And women want to be there for you too, and men. Yeah. But there are groups that you can trust, like women that you can reach out, and there's no judgment. You can go back and forth, like you said. It happens. Yeah.
Jen Artemis. Wait a minute. Jen Artisani.
I like that first one.
Jen Artisani. She's with House of Hope. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you rushing back right over to get us. Check out House of Hope. Help her, help others, help us, help others. Go to House of Hope. Go check out Jen as soon as possible.
And her business. Don't forget her business.
That's right. Your business is?
Rosie's Detail House.
Rosie's Detail House, but we'll tell you all about it because Roseanne's going to hire them. Let's get another check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher's out, so we've got Tom O'Hanlon. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center.
I'm Tom O'Hanlon from the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. 84 westbound, we are heavy from Main Street and across the river into Hartford. Still not easing up there. Also, Founders Bridge has plenty of traffic over to the Hartford side. One big problem still on Route 2. That continues to back up on the westbound side. There's a crash with 3 vehicles involved. That is between exits 1D and 1A. The 2 left lanes are closed. In West Hartford, 84 eastbound is still busy. Exit 44 to 50. Route 3 is moving. 91 southbound is slow from Main Street down through Jennings Road and into 84. And a crash in Hartford on 91 northbound between exit 28, Route 50 and south, and exit 29. That is slowing you down. In Cromwell, a collision on 91 northbound, exit 22 to 23, and a crash in New Haven with a tractor-trailer southbound on 95, exit 47 to 46. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Persistent high pressure means plenty of sunshine during the day and then a clear sky overnight, the low temperature 37. As a cold front approaches, partly sunny and cool with a passing shower or 2 in the afternoon tomorrow, the high temperature 53. Cloudy with a couple of showers tomorrow night, the low temperature 41. Clouds giving away some sunshine on Sunday with a high of 62. Mostly sunny on Monday, the high 66, and then more dry weather with partial sunshine Tuesday, the high once again 66. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
There's a lot happening in Washington and in your local neighborhood. Follow WTIC News Talk 1080 on the Odyssey app to keep up with the latest. And now, a WTIC News Update.
5:30, good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. A fire in a shelter in New Haven Thursday night. Police say 45-year-old Joel Torado intentionally set a mattress on fire at the Life Haven shelter on State Street. He faces arson and other charges. Police in the town of Chaplin have been conducting a day-long investigation. They haven't said what they're looking into. State police have been at South Bedlam Road for most of the day. Crews at the scene of a water main break in the town of Thomaston. It's on Waterbury Road, about a mile from the city's city line with Waterbury. That city's water division is leading the repair project. No residents or businesses have been adversely impacted that we know of. State officials, including the governor, were on hand to welcome home Cheshire High School student who was taken by ICE earlier this month, a 19-year-old who's only goes by Rehan. As an Afghan national seeking asylum in the U.S., detained by ICE earlier this month. Rehan is now returning to Cheshire High School. His father was taken by ICE last year and later released. Justice Department has ended its investigation into Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell clearing a major roadblock to the confirmation of Kevin Warsh as his successor. Iran's top diplomat, along with top U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, are headed to Islamabad with the hope of renewing peace talks.
Iran's state-run IRNA news agency has confirmed that Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi is heading to Pakistan for talks and will also stop in Oman and Russia. The trip to Pakistan comes as officials there have been trying to get the US and Iran to a second round of ceasefire negotiations. The report says the trip, beginning Friday, is focusing on ongoing regional developments and the US-Iran war. Lavrov saying he appreciates Pakistan's constructive role in facilitating dialogue between Iran and the US. Dahr reaffirmed Islamabad's commitment to supporting efforts that promote dialogue and diplomacy to resolve disputes. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Dow lost 79 points today on Wall Street. The NASDAQ gained 398 and the S&P was up 57 points. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Make your money work harder for your future. Catch Johnson Brunetti's Money Wisdom tomorrow morning at 8:30 for essential retirement tips. Only on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So, even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code WAGON for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WAGON for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's WAGON.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
The Odyssey app lets you jump back to the moments you missed from WTIC News Talk 1080. Download the free Odyssey app, search WTIC News Talk 1080, and tap earlier today to get started.
We're still hanging out. Jen is in the background, just hanging out with us. But that's okay. Chill out. You're fine. You're fine, Jen. I've got a whole bunch of other stuff that I need to do here, and I'm scrambling, and Roland is sending me stuff, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that, and I'm never doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But you know what time it is? News! News! You know I'm going to do music news no matter what. All right, today, happy birthday to some guy named Kaylani, who is...
That's a girl.
What?
Kalani's a girl.
Is it? I don't know. Can't tell. Anyway, apparently they are in a group called the Oakland. Do you know who they are? See, you don't know.
Okay,
R&B, Kalani. Yeah, Kalani. There's some R&B singer. They turned 31. They're a kid. Who cares?
No, it's Kalani.
Yeah, whatever.
She's beautiful.
Tyson Ritter is 42. He's from the All-American Rejects. He turns 42 today, born in 1984. Goodness gracious. Anyway, and applause to this lady because I love that she can sing and she's got pipes and, she's a little pudgy now. I like them a little pudgy. It's Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson. I like a little pudgy white girl. She, she turns 44 today. She is one of the first winners of American Idol. Doug Clifford is turning 81 today. He's from the Creedence Clearwater Revival. He is the drummer. 31 years ago, Oasis, some might say, gives the band their first UK #1 single. Wings, also headed by Paul McCartney, At the Speed of Sound hits #1 in the U.S. charts back in 1975, 51 years ago. 50 years ago, Led Zeppelin's Presence hits #1 in the UK album chart. That was in 1976. 65 years ago, Del Shannon's Runaway begins a 4-week run at #1. The only reason why I know this song is because in Running Down a Dream, Tom Petty sings, "Me and Del were singing Little Runaway." Yeah, that's right. See, you know what I'm talking about, right, Jen? That's right. Jen knows. White girl. Anyway. Anyway, also, 68 years ago, this is a milestone, folks, and this is great news. 68 years ago, Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World hit the #1 charts in the UK. That was in 1968. The jazz legend became the oldest artist in history to top the charts at age 69.
Wow.
He had never hit, he had hit the charts before, but he was the oldest to ever hit the charts
So
at number 1.
68 years ago at 69.
At 69.
He was the oldest ever number 1.
Yeah. With What a Wonderful World.
Great song.
Classic song.
Epic.
Without a doubt. Little Runaway. I don't know the Tom Petty and Never mind. Mark Christopher's out, so we've got Tom O'Hanlon. He's filling in. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center.
I'm Tom O'Hanlon from the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. 84 westbound is busy from Main Street and across the river over into Hartford still. And also looking at eastbound 84, you have plenty of traffic there with congestion from exit 44 to 50. On Route 2, going westbound up into 84, some good news. They got rid of a crash between exits 1D and 1A. It took out a couple of lanes earlier, but still some traffic. Route 3 looks pretty good. 91 southbound busy, Jennings Road down into 84. And a crash on 91 northbound between exit 28, Route 50 and south, and exit 29 is still blocking the left shoulder. In Cromwell, they cleared a crash at 91 northbound between exits 22 and 23. North Haven, delays on Wilbur Cross 50 and southbound, exit 53 to 46. And a collision in West Haven with a tractor-trailer 95 southbound, exit 43 to 42. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
We will see a mainly clear sky overnight with the low temperature down to 37. Partly sunny tomorrow with a passing shower or two in the afternoon. The high temperature up to 53. A couple of showers tomorrow night down to 41. Those clouds will give way to some sun on your Sunday up to 62 degrees. And high pressure means lots of sunshine Monday and Tuesday. The high temperature both days right around 66 degrees. Right now, 61 degrees in Cheshire, 59 in Rocky Hill, and 61 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Chad Merrill in the WTIC Weather Center.
Join us this Sunday for Tumalo Financial, your go-to for retirement planning and taxes. Tune in to the father-son duo from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or catch replay from 5 to 6 p.m. Tumalo Financial, retirement planning with integrity on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Staples has hundreds of ways to grow your business this spring, like spectacular signs, brilliant brochures, eye-popping posters, mouth-watering menus, and more. Shop now through June 13th and save up to $150 on all your custom prints. Staples, that was easy.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text RULE to 215215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text RULE to 215215. That's RULE to 215215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
What's up, everybody? You know who it is.
You know who it is.
You know who it is. It's Reese on the radio. Frederick Douglass of the 21st century.
It's WTIC News Talk 1080.
You know what we forgot to do, by the way? We're supposed to give away tickets to the 11th Commandment gubernatorial debate. which is going to be on May 7th at the private event room at Stadium 15. Again, that's on May 7th at 7 p.m. You know what? Give a call now so we can give away those tickets at 860-522-WTIC, 860-522-9842, so you can win a chance to be at the event for the 11th Commandment gubernatorial debate between the candidates who are vying for the nomination on the GOP side. We are going to be there. Dana's going to be there. We hope that you're going to be there. And if you want still a chance to go, you got to go to WTIC.com, click on more, click on contest, and then fill out the form. And you could possibly be there as well. This is sponsored by and brought to you by the folks at AARP Connecticut. So get on the phones now, 860-522-WTIC, so you can win a chance. Rozan?
I also want to mention that on May the 9th at 5:30 p.m., also at Stadium 15, Betsy McCoy is having a fundraiser / meet and greet. There's a requested or suggested donation of $150. This is to help Betsy make the money that she needs so that she can tap into the money that the state will give her. So May 9th, 5:30 p.m. at Stadium 15 as well.
Gosh, you just made me forget about the fact that so we're going to Friendly Hands Food Bank tomorrow.
Yes.
For the ribbon cutting, and we want to thank Karen Thomas for inviting us down there for that. There's going to be an added bonus at that event.
Snacks?
No.
Oh.
No, there won't be snacks.
I'll bring snacks.
No. There's going to be a special guest that's going to be there.
That's right. We
Yes.
get to go shake his hand. At least it's not Loser.
Yeah. Well, no. Tell me, do you remember who's going to be there?
The governor.
That's right. Governor Ned
Hello,
Lamont.
Governor.
Hello, Governor. That's exactly what I'm going to say when I see him. Hello, Governor.
Fancy a meet you here, Governor.
Fancy meeting you here. Yeah. You're coming down here to celebrate poverty. God bless you. God bless you. That's what. Look at you.
Look at me. I can make poverty. Thanks, Governor Lamont.
That's what we're going to do.
Appreciate you.
Go down there in a ribbon cutting to the expansion of a food pantry because more and more people can't eat. That's right. Celebrate.
Thanks,
right.
Ned Lamont.
Hey, Lamont, take another lap around the building for us.
Let's take a jab at Murphy, too. Why not?
Speaking of which, yes.
You're welcome.
On Monday, we've got a great story about Murphy. It turns out that the corrections department is a little upset at Christoph Murphy.
Oh, God, what does she do now?
Oh, wait until you hear. We'll talk about that on Monday.
It's Murphy's Law.
That's right. Yeah, Murphy's Law. Exactly right. Also, on Monday, we're going to talk a little bit about Friendly Hands Food Bank is having a golf tournament in next month.
That's all you.
So it's all me? Mm-hmm. What, because it's golf?
I don't golf.
Yes, you do not. We saw you at Top Golf.
You know what?
Yes, I even filmed it. Yes, I'm holding it.
I will fight you, sir.
I bet you will. With that and so much more. Thank you, everybody. We had a fun weekend, a fantastic weekend. We had Mike Ortiz this week. Let me go through the list of people we had on this wonderful show today. By the way, there's somebody in the chat room who's asking whether or not we can have Nick Fuentes on the show. With all due respect, not only do I not need Nick Fuentes, but I understand that he's in, where was it? I think he's overseas in Europe somewhere with Candace Owens. After the Southern Poverty Law Center scandal broke, Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens broke out like a rash. And went overseas because many people, I don't want to say any names, Laura Loomer, who is alleging that they also have been paid by the Southern Poverty Law Center.
That makes so much sense.
At least that's the rumor. So no, Nick Fuentes, I know you think he's going to have a show on Monday. I hope you're right. I hope we get to see you there. That's right. And we will also be at Bingo, Carmela. I totally forgot about that.
Bingo.
Bingo is also happening. Is that tomorrow?
I don't know.
I totally forgot. I had the thing here, but if you're right, Carmela, I will be there. Matt Soroyce, his family puts on a bingo event in Meriden.
Okay.
And I will be there to call numbers.
I was going to say Reese doesn't do bingo.
No, I call the numbers of bingo.
Do I get to play?
You can play.
Yeah,
just don't shout bingo wrong. You know, when
I'll
you
do
didn't
it
get
simply
bingo.
to spite you.
No, don't do it because they will kick your behind. I told the story here. I was just like, I was one of those bozos. I went, bingo! They were like, he doesn't have bingo. Wait until you get outside, buddy. I was like, Nana, what's going on?
Nana and Papa
yeah,
with their
Nana
canes and bags.
Exactly. I'll be calling the bingo numbers. Apparently, I was told that I have to put on a radio type voice when I call out the numbers. B7. I have to do that. So get out your cameras. I'm going to make it
Hey,
interesting.
at least you don't have to do that auctioneer call. That
That
was
was
fun.
5 and 25. But yeah, I don't want to do that. Nobody wants to do that. Anyway, Michael A. says, great show, you too. Thank you. Have a great weekend, of course, to you. Lori says it does make sense that they're out of town after the scandal. I don't know. That's what Laura Loomer is talking about. She said it. She said that they are conspicuously out of town. Like I said, I don't know where they are, but they didn't do any shows after the scandal broke.
That is crazy.
It is crazy.
Oh, they're just waiting for their names to pop up.
If they do, that's going to be interesting. You know who really said it? Milo. Milo said it. Milo said it on Tim Pool's show. Said that their followers are phony and it's all bots.
Wow.
Talking about Candace and Nick Fuentes.
Well, now I'm wondering about that whole Kamala's parents.
I don't know.
thing.
Like I said, I don't know. Somebody
I
said
wonder when they were bought.
apparently there's a lot of money
So you
in
still
this.
can buy black people in America.
Wow. Okay.
Too soon?
Look, yeah, it's too soon. By the way, let me go through all the guests that I want to say thank you to. Jason Perillo, Senator Jason Perillo, who was on the program on Tuesday. Thank you for showing up. Tom and Debbie Beryl. We have to make sure that we give them a shout out. They have that bus tour.
Oh, that's right.
Right. They have the bus tour. No, to Washington, D.C. on March 17th. We'll give you some more information about that
17th.
Monday. May 17th. Why did I say March? May 17th. We'll give you some more details about that. Ryan Fazio, who was our guest on Wednesday, we thank you very much. He was on the show to talk about the debates and also to ask Aaron Stewart to please participate in them. And Mike Ortiz, who was our guest yesterday and today. I want to thank Brian Imbus, the mentalist who is here, and Jen Artesanio.
Artisani.
Artisani. John Artisan. Jen Artisani. Artisani.
You got to do the
rigatoni.
The rigatoni.
Rigatoni.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. By the way, yes, and Melanie from Unionville is our winner. She will join us at the 11th Commandment gubernatorial debate at Stadium 15 at the special event room on May 7th. You know, I speak a little Italian, Jen, by the way.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
No,
yes, we
he
do. We
doesn't.
speak a little, like when something is trash or horrible, we say garbaggio. That's garbaggio. That's how you say it. So it even sounds Italian,
I'm
right?
sorry, people. I brought him here. I'm so sorry. This is my fault. This one's on me, guys.
Garbaggio.
I blew his head up telling him how wonderful he was at linguistics, and this is the result. Don't ask him to
It could
speak
be.
Spanish.
I believe that the Italian dictionary should incorporate garbaggio. It flows like it's Italian, does it not? Garbaggio. Yes. Like Reese, your Italian is garbaggio.
This bit is garbaggio.
You know, I don't get to do a lot of bits. Do you know how many bits I use and they went away?
Basura. Just use the
Basura. Yes, I know.
Use that one.
That is the Puerto Rican way to say garbage.
No, oh, God.
It's
no.
not? It's not? What is wrong with saying it's the Puerto Rican way?
Porque yo soy pura chicana, no soy boricua.
Nobody knows what that means.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes,
People
they
speak
do.
English
Listen,
in Connecticut.
Somebody in the chat room is laughing at my Spanish right now.
Michael,
I'm willing to
Michael,
bet.
listen, Michael A., and I'm not going to give his last name because, trust me, he doesn't want people to know his last name. Michael A. is Italian, okay?
Yeah.
And he's, what? How do I sound? He's telling me how I sound.
Brian, let me handle this. Scusi, babidi-boopy? Che cosa? Peter, what are you doing? Speaking Italian. Babidi-boopy? Babidi-boopity-babidi-babidi. Peter, you can't speak Italian just because you have a mustache. Boopity-bapa. Boop-a-beep-a-boop-a-bapa-beep-a-bapa.
Tu sei un pazzo, va via da qui! Sono stanco di te, ti do un pugno nella testa! Ti uccido con questa carne!
It's Reese.
I don't know what you're talking about, Roland. My Italian is better than that.
Bapa-da-boopa.
You know what that sounds like? That was when, you remember the first time we met some friends of yours and you said, tell everybody how you speak Spanish. Yeah, now you don't like it, but it was funny when I tell your friends.
I was laughing at you, not with you. There's a difference.
She goes, tell everybody how you speak Spanish. And I was like, oh, that's easy. Tiro puente. Jennifer Lopez, Mark Anthony. This is Spanish.
Yes, and I still married him.
Excuso. Do you nowhere el bathroom isio?
Oh, my God.
Por favoro.
Boop-a-da-bap-ba, boop-a-da-boop-boop. Beep-bop, boop-boop.
You just take English or American words and you add the letter O. Excuso.
This is why you liked white women so much. They just laugh at your jokes. They don't know no better. No offense. Look at her. She's dying now. White women laugh at your jokes. We're like, not
that's
so
how it
much.
worked. That's okay. It's absolutely fine. Let me take Mike in Hartford real quick. What's up, buddy?
I just want to let Rozan know that I'm calling in on my flip phone. Hi, Rozan.
Hey.
That's so they don't track him.
Hey, how's Bonita? How's Reese? How's your wife, Bonita? Bonita means pretty attractive in Espanol.
Oh, look at that.
Thank
Bonita.
you.
See?
Bonita.
Yes, Bonita. See, I thought that was like, Bonita was like what you call a Spanish bonbon. Bonita.
Here's the thing. You could take a survey, maybe 10,000 people in the state, ask them if Mike Vrabel has a flip phone or not.
He should. He will get one now. I'll tell you that within a heartbeat.
I just wanted to make a comment. He won't last the season. There's going to be so much pressure building
You think
up
so?
on him.
You think the scandal's going to really hurt him?
He may not even coach this season. He's out. I just don't see him lasting the whole season.
Because he had an affair?
See it.
It's bad
that's
PR.
A huge publicity problem. That's like.
Is exactly.
All PR is good PR.
Yeah, that's true. But remember, every time he has a press conference.
Look how Italian we've become.
No, but every time he has a press conference, that's what it's going to be. Every time he has a press conference, it was like, so.
Hey, they just won the game. How's your mistress?
Exactly. Hey,
exactly.
Wait, that was a great fourth quarter decision to pass the ball instead of running it. What did your wife think of it?
Hey, now. Do you think the water problems in Waterbury have anything to do with the director, the water superintendent?
Yes, it was
being fired or resigning under misconduct. Gee, you think they're connected? You know what? This makes him. Hey, Reese, this makes him a perfect candidate to get a state job in the
yes, that's exactly 100% right.
There you go,
Mike. Thank you, buddy. Let me get one more in here. Let's go to Stephen in Waterbury. Is this Stevie V?
Ufo, what's the matter you?
What's the matter you?
Well, I meet people from the old country. I say my mom's half Italian. I speak some Italian.
Yeah.
You sons of a guns.
You sons of a guns.
Hey, Rozan, talking about black people still being bought.
Yeah.
A friend of mine said he was black friend who was going to the auction. So I asked him if it made him nervous.
I didn't hear. You broke up. You broke up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a black friend. He told me he was going to the auction, so I asked him if it made him nervous.
Wow.
Nice.
You're awful.
Nice.
Thanks, Stevie.
Sorry.
You got it, boy. Have a good weekend. I got to get out of here, but last but not least is Sam the man on the street. What's up, big guy?
Hey, we're going back to my whole Verbal thing. Prescott busted with a prostitute.
I don't know what's going on with the phones, but everybody's breaking up. Are you driving, Sam?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so our internet might be with the VoIP might be screwed up.
Can you hear me now?
Nah, it's not you, buddy. It's not you. It's okay. It's just not. It's not going to work today. But I apologize, man. We'll talk to you soon. That's Sam the man, but we see him all the time.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, I know. I hate that too. Rozan, you know what time it is, right?
Now, what have we learned? What have we learned? What have we learned from this little fable? So what have we learned if nothing else, children? So what have we learned, huh? So what have we learned from that?
So what have we learned here today?
What have we learned so far?
What did you learn today, Rozan?
Democrats and Islamists and socialists have become one party designed and intent on destroying America. The Mentalist is insane. That was so much fun. I had a good time. What he was able to do in a commercial break was a lot of fun. You can still buy black people. Reese should only and always stick to English, or at least American. Roland is freaking hilarious. What else did I learn? I know I learned, we got Rosie's
no.
detail.
House of Hope.
House
Oh
of
yeah,
Hope.
yeah. You got that's right. You got Rosie's details, so you
Right,
probably
we got
hit.
House of Hope,
Yeah.
which is an organization
5
designed
seconds.
for women, and I'm friggin' awesome.
Okay.
I had to throw the last one in.
I learned that it was a great week. We had a lot of fun and we had a lot of great guests, and it has been absolutely amazing. I'm so happy that this week
Wow.
this week was absolutely fantastic. We got to meet a lot of great people and do a lot of great interviews. So I can't wait to come back and do it next week. We miss you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. I know it's going to rain a little bit, but do well. All right, as I
I'm
always
picking
say,
up my bowling ball.
That's right, and Roland's picking up his bowling ball. As I always say, radio is free, so we thank you for paying attention. Remember to keep JC in your hearts and in your minds. Sean Patrick, we love you and we miss you. Remember that panic is not planning, so plan your work and work your plan. Me, I'm Reese on the radio. You have a good night, pleasant tomorrow. Rozan, say good night, Rozan.
Good night, Rozan.
We will see you back here on Monday. Holla, holla, pop your collar. And if you're going to do anything that I wouldn't do, record it.
Pictures.
Record it. We'll be back. We'll see you next week.
I'm Tom O'Hanlon from the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. This traffic report is brought to you by Columbia Implant Center in Manchester. 84 westbound is busy.